Right, okay, we'll start off with a recap. So in the previous session, if you guys remember, Erwan, you recall how you received your acceptance letter to the founding University of Akiriri in Eurasia, via the Princess Zarina, who is your friend from Eurasia, princess to a royal court of a neighboring country called the Maasai. Zarina offered as well, along with your tuition, as she's been supporting you through your application, knows the difficult financial circumstances that you live in. She offers to pay your tuition out of kindness, out of benevolence, except that you feel a twinge and you hear a strange voice in your head asking you, don't you resent her? Left to ponder what that could possibly mean as you wake up from your rest, Yanel expresses concern over reuniting with Nizana, who they believe is potentially making Valis sick. The extent of that remains between Valis and Yanel, but the rest of the party, all of you realise that Yanel is very wary of her. You all make your way through the caverns of the Underdark, evading Old Bitey, the spider, with Valis taking a major hit. After the fight, you encounter a ghoul who underwent a resurrection gone foul, and you recovered a couple of items from them, including a covert cowl, which Valis takes on, and a potion of comprehend languages, which makes its way to Ophelia, as God intended. After some debate.
All we know is that Alice didn't want it.
Yeah. Hang on a moment.
He doesn't want to comprehend more than he has to.
No comprehending, no languages. No comprehend me. Hang on 1 second, guys. I just need to send this thing.
I wish to be incomprehensible.
Comprehensible. And da-da-da. And da-da-da. I sent that thing to you.
Thank you.
It's okay.
I don't even have the link to this, so thank you.
You're welcome. Now you do.
No, I have it.
Right.
Comprehension, let's be.
Okay. Yeah, you encounter a ghoul who underwent a resurrection gone foul, supposedly alluding to the presence of a temple in these parts. An old temple which, after investigating the corpse and finding an ancient sort of symbol, maybe 200 years old, on the body, to the Raven Queen. Examining this, asking questions, Yanel eventually recounts the story of the fragmentation to do with resurrection, a world-shattering event which led to the planes being saved from a great evil. This happened about 50 years ago, before some of your lifetimes, during some of your lifetimes. Regardless, it is Regardless, it's an event which has stuck with you through song, through folktale, and through memory. You make it to, after this point, you make it to the Mask's camp, where Nizana confronts the team. Mainly Valis, but all of you are put sort of on trial almost to see whether or not you are worthy of joining the Masks, at least for this mission. She makes no promises about the future, but for now.
It wasn't a very successful job interview.
No. Considering that she has stolen Valis's guns, that she knows the whereabouts of Oren's family, and seems open to only really looking after you and making the rest of you fend for yourselves. It is a complicated and difficult introduction, but it is an introduction nonetheless. Her price for returning the guns is steep, but after proving yourselves by interrogating Irail Hunep, the Sisterhood member who attempted to kidnap Oran and took their troop hostage, the Masks allow you to join their mission and, for now, return Valis's guns. Well, unfortunately, they didn't bring the right ammo.
Yeah,
so you've got to wait till level 3, babes. Got to wait till level 3, babes. Right.
What does that be?
What?
someone like puts the wrong ammo in a gun.
Wrong petrol in a car.
Wrong petrol in a car, man.
I had a fear yesterday. I was like, wait a second. What have I done? It was nothing. It was fine. Valis and Ophelia are considered strong enough to join the main squad. But Erwin and Hinel are relegated to search and rescue. Oren, probably safer. Oren is given the choice to stay up, given the choice of where they want to go, and they choose to stay up front with the main squad in hopes of finding their family. And settling in for the night, Hinel and Oren are made to dispose of the body, while Valis goes off for a walk, where he is cornered by Nizana.
Yay.
And I want to obviously preface this with a quick warning, which I put in the chat, which is Nizana is implied to be obviously a difficult person in Valis' life and is very aggressive as a general individual. So if you feel at all sensitive about potential for domestic abuse or strained situations, then please feel free to mute yourselves or turn off your cameras and step away. And I can, if anybody wishes to do that, what I will do is in the chat section here, I'll put a little note with like a little star in which you can come back and the situation has been solved. But if everybody is happy, I'm going to start now. Ha ha ha. So, Valis, as with before, music we can do.
I love the musics.
You love the musics. Hang on a moment. There we go. Sorry, I usually put up my iPad, but again, my iPad has passed away.
Why has it passed away?
Well, don't know. Just I held it very gently by the throat and pushed it. No, I don't know.
Poor iPad.
Poor iPad. No. Valis, you turn around, inebriated slightly. In fact, I think we need a roll from you.
Yeah.
So what have you been drinking?
He's had 2 shots of Nevin.
Nevin, I'm going to say that is pretty much the equivalent of absinthe. So.
But I have a good con, so let's see how it goes.
One moment.
Emma's got new drunk rules.
I have drunk rules that I'm using. Right, okay, so the strength is going to, for this roll, you're going to roll a Constitution saving throw, which is, and the DC is going to be 10.
Okay.
And the first roll is going to be 10 plus 3, so 13 is the DC you're looking to be.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. The next roll is going to be 14 DC to beat.
Natural 20. Look, literally.
I believe you. That's
crazy.
Okay, so your alcohol level at the moment is...
That really describes Valis, I feel like.
Right. So your alcohol level at the moment then is... Let me just check.
Sorry, that's really funny.
Your alcohol level at the moment is 3.
Okay.
What's your Constitution modifier?
Just the base?
Yeah.
Plus 2.
You're tipsy, my friend, which means you have the following bonuses. You have plus 2 to charisma persuasion checks against creatures who are indifferent to you or friendlier.
Wait. I need you to know notes. At 3 alcohol level equals tipsy.
Tipsy for you.
Yeah.
2. Actually, for you, 2 alcohol level equals tipsy. But a tipsy creature gains plus 2 to persuasion checks.
Okay, I'm also already very persuasive, so that's going to be great.
Against creatures who are indifferent or friendlier. So people who like you.
Indifferent plus.
Yep. A tipsy creature then suffers minus 2 checks to resist persuasion or deception skill checks.
Okay. To resist.
Yep. So
that's dangerous, man.
It's very, especially for you. So, especially in this situation that you put yourself in.
she's going to get me to go cliff diving. Is this persuasion /
Deception. Yep. So if I say make a persuasion check or a deception check before your next long rest, then you are going to be minusing 2s.
I gotcha.
Okay. Right.
But I'm also very persuasive.
So true. Valis, as you kind of like stumble around the corner from the camp, you hear a voice call out to you. Nizana's voice. And she says, I think it's time we had a chat, Valis. And she approaches you. How do you respond?
He just... Okay, I've got the notes that you sent me up here. He kind of looks at her, estimates the distance between them, and is like checking all of the routes out of this situation.
Okay.
But because he's tipsy, I think he's kind of like stumbling in a little circle.
Sure. Not quite noticing that you're tipsy yet, I think she just says, you're wounded?
He like waves a hand in front of his eyes. Nah, you're seeing things. You're seeing things, you are.
She grabs your wrist and stills it. Lowers it down. And on this arm, sort of the side of your body where you were bit, you can see there are some welts, a few surface wounds which haven't really healed up properly. And she says, you can't even stand. You expect me to believe that's just exhaustion, you fool. Let me look at these. I'll heal them for you.
He goes with her, but when he sits down, he's like, it's been a long day. I'm fine. I just wanted a drink and a walk. By myself. Just saying. Simple.
She does not respond to that. She just kneels in front of you and begins to, doing a very mediocre job of it, starts to press a healing balm into your wound on your arm and on the top of your neck here. And
he's like, when you try to give kids cough medicine, he's like, wait.
Yeah, she's not a healer, and her technique proves that. She presses too hard and uses far too much ointment, spending a little longer on a few wounds than she ought to. But she just smiles at you and says, well, for old times' sake. It's not like you to take such a bite, Valis. You put yourself in the line of fire. And she pauses and looks back over her shoulder, and you get the impression she's kind of thinking about the camp, the people there. For you know?
I'm with friends. You know me, I'm very sentimental. Gotta keep them safe.
No, that doesn't seem like you, not quite right. So many healers, and yet you got bit so badly. And she just sort of pinches your cheek as she says that. They're not doing a good job of protecting you. Sounds like you're protecting them.
He doesn't say anything. He just lets her continue applying the balm.
Coolly.
But he's wriggling a bit.
She sort of scoffs at you. Is this everything? Or is there more? And she pulls at your t-shirt.
He like pats himself down. He's like, he rolls up the sleeve to here. I think that's the most of it.
I wouldn't be surprised if you were lying to me, but I'll let you have this one. And she steps away for a second.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll be fit and ready for the mission, so don't worry.
You really want to press ahead with this? After what you pulled? Really, you ought to send Oran away. Family be damned. Hostages are too risky. Especially when we have the target with us. The Sisterhood clearly wants them badly.
That's why we gotta fight, because if we don't try, Oran loses their family. I want to say we at least tried to help. And their Sisterhood. If Oran's troop isn't enough motivation for you, they have kids with them. We should focus on those.
She goes quiet. You're always so keen to be the savior, aren't you? Who put all that saccharine business in your heart?
Kind of taps his chest. It's all me.
I don't believe it for a second. These people you've brought down here, the position you've put yourself in, you've babied yourself for them. You can't even avoid a flesh wound, and she kind of grabs your shirt and pulls you forwards.
He kind of puts his hand on her hand to stop her yanking around too much. Ouch. Just kind of makes her let go.
She tightens her grip for a second. Doesn't move. But she seems to be waiting for what you're going to say next.
Look, I want us all to get along. I'm really grateful that you've brought us back in. But you want the others to trust you, right? Making them interrogate a Sisterhood member and taunting them whilst they do it, I think they might get the wrong idea about you.
Trust me. I want them to trust me. I am the leader here. I am established. They are strangers you brought to me, one of whom has already gotten someone killed, in case you forgot. And no, don't you say it was my poor judgment. It was their pants-shitting attitude, their cowardliness. Back there, in fact, on all of your last recent missions, you questioned me again and again. And today, you showed me you learnt nothing from your punishment. A lenient punishment, if you remember. You think after all the shit we've been put through by you, by her, do you think I should be lenient again? And she grabs your face. I've been so disappointed all this time. I thought in you I'd found someone worthy of me. Since I left Menzo Baranzan, even there, the men were paltry. And you were the first one I took interest in. And yet you play with my feelings. I offered you far more than any drow man is oft afforded. And if you had been born in my city, half-blooded as you are, you would be sold as amusement and nothing more. What I offered you, marriage to a drow woman, one who is on your side, is more than you could ever dream of. And yet you moved me aside. For what? Me putting you in your place? Dishing out a punishment that you earned? And you move on to another plaything. A pathetic, impotent creature at that. I won't accept it. And she looks at you with this sort of anger in her eyes.
Alice looks like he's trying to hold back his words.
She pulls up your wrist, one of those wounds that she's just healed up, and she bites you right over where that wound was. Not enough to break skin, but enough that it makes your hand spasm and wince. And you get the impression that she is so angry at this point that she may not be 100% predictable or in control of her emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a feeling that you've felt before, is an anxiety that you felt before. And worse than that, you've been drinking, Valis. And with your drinking comes a lapse of judgment. You know it does. You feel this helplessness take hold inside of you. A cold numbness, being resigned to a situation you could have seen coming from a mile away and you should have been able to avoid it after knowing Nizana for so long, and it's your own damn fault for being here. Again, a second time, unable to protect Yanel from her ire, unable to protect yourself. And what, are you going to be able to protect Oren? His family? Are you going to be able to protect Erwin and Ophelia, who came down here with the simple mission of helping you get your guns, a mission you put them on? You made everybody come down here. And yet, you're out of control. At this person's whim. Except you're not out of control, Valis. This is exactly the situation you'd expected. And you know exactly how to deal with her.
Okay. Okay, just a second. God. Okay, Valis was looking very afraid, I think. He knew that he couldn't really respond or fight back necessarily because everyone else's safety is very dependent on this person. I think as his hand kind of spasms, it straightens, and then he slides it down quickly to grab her wrist instead, and just holds it still. We don't need to go that far. Do we?
She pushes back against you. Valis, when she pushes against you, you notice that your grip's a bit stronger than you'd expected.
Okay. I'm not going to let her go, because if I let her go, she can counter me.
And she struggles again. And actually, the dice really, really worked in your favor there. That was going to be She struggles and she's like, "Let's go of me."
If I let go of you, are you going to behave well or poorly?
She looks aghast at you, the way you're speaking to her. Behave well or poorly, did you say?
Yeah. I'm not following.
I can behave very poorly.
He holds up a figure. But before we do that, wouldn't you like to hear what I have to offer?
What could you possibly offer me? I have every upper hand in this situation. And she tries to shake you off her. And she is not a small person. She is 6'1", made of muscle, and built like a torpedo. So it is quite a shock that you're able to do this.
Okay, Valis will reach up and put a hand on her cheek.
That, if anything, makes her jolt more than your strength.
We get this done. Okay? And once we're back above ground, I'll reconsider your offer.
Let me translate that into common for you. You'll use us now and drop us later. How on earth am I supposed to believe anything you say? Where is promise? Where is certainty?
My tummy feels icky. Okay. Valis.
If marriage is my offer, you could accept it now. It would change nothing.
The cat disagrees.
Cat disagrees. Cat says no to forced marriage.
That was perfect timing. Valis. Okay. Valis will lean in and kiss her.
Kiss her. Okay. Nizana obviously kisses you back. And I think would go as far as to, if you are able to, if you're letting her move, would kind of like pull you into an embrace, but it's a very tight one. If you're not letting her move, then she'll just stay still.
He'll let her move to a certain degree, but I think once her grip on him becomes at all like she could get the upper hand, he'll put his hand between them and step back.
Okay. How are you doing this? You small.
That's my promise.
She looks conflicted. Let me just think.
I'm loving the Baldur's Gate music.
Okay, she will, with your hand kind of between her, look down at you.
It's only 2 inches. You're making it seem like he's a tiny, tiny creature.
He's itty bitty baby.
He's 5'11".
It's about the energy. He feels small compared
I
to
just
her.
want everyone to know he is 5'11".
He is 5'11". It's true. She looks down at you, turns your head to the side, and this time she bites the crook of your jaw. Enough to leave sort of a ring of teeth marks.
He kind of twitches, but he's very restrained.
And she says, "That's my promise to you." Fine, let me look at the rest of your wounds. And then we can go back to camp.
Okay, he will allow it.
Okay. So you guys together cool off from whatever the fuck this confrontation was. Meanwhile, icky yucky short dick lady,
I'm not familiar with. Is that a pre-existing thing?
Eeny
weeny teeny weeny shriveled little short dick man, what do want? It is a pre-established thing. The rest of you, Oren, you and Yanel return slowly from disposing of Uriel's body, and Yanel is recounting to you. And if you're up there with him, actually, I should probably tell this to. Sorry, I should probably tell this to Ophelia as well. But you know, he can't have too many adrenaline shots. It's only for emergencies. And if he does look like he's starting to have a sleep attack, and you can just throw him over your shoulders, then you should do that rather than injecting him with anything. In fact, I can give you some. If they don't give us supplies, I can give you guys some healing drafts and ointments and things. It'd be hard to put them on the battlefield. If there is a battlefield. But anyway, maybe they'll be useful.
Thank you.
Are you okay? Is it the dead body?
Oh, I'd forgotten about that, and now I've remembered. Yes, that it. Look, it's all weird. It's
In times like these, I pray. But I know that's a bit weird as well, so you don't have to do that. I can't really
Doesn't
pray
matter.
with all these people around, but maybe.
Doesn't matter if other people think it's weird necessarily to pray. I will say
got your-
around here, it's hard to put on a light show, which is something I'm more accustomed to.
Well, Yanel points to some of the masked members who are moving around the camp area as you guys make your way back towards the others. And she says, "Oh, well,
Yeah, look at your photo of broccoli and chili.
that's cute. Send it to the group. That's so cute.
But my dad's hairy arms are in it.
Hairy man arms.
You guys don't mind hairy man
You
arms
can-
for the sake of cute animals, do you?
You can
Quite
see,
alright.
Oren, you can see as Yanel points, he's pointing to some of the masked members that are setting up silencing runes in a ring around the camp. It seems like there is going to be planning and so on, perhaps even a small fire, which you guys can use to heat some rations. A luxury, all things considered, but now that there's so many of you, there is a bit of safety in numbers. And you get the impression that even if a light show is not allowed, perhaps later, if you can find an instrument, music might be. And you guys make your way over to the others. Ophelia and Erwen, you've set up your bedrolls in a kind of small group. There is a definite us and them blindfolds and masks element going on where the five of you have kind of been sort of left to do your own little circle, and the other mask members, there's about 8 women. Nizana is not present, and neither is 2 of the other women who are scouting the area at the moment. You guys have been left to kind of do your own thing, and that kind of seems to include as well sorting out your own food, your own rations. You look on hungrily as they pull out like a barbecue, sort of makeshift barbecue, and start grilling like dried meat, which softens. The oils kind of break down and begin to crisp up, and the smell of it just kind of wafts over as you guys dig into your stale bread and boiled eggs. They're not terrible, but it's not nice grilled meat. Yanel kind of sits down and sits beside you, Ophelia, and then looks around. Where's Valis?
Ophelia just kind of pops her goggles up onto her little nubby horns and is just he went off to have a conversation, I think. There were 2 sets of footsteps, and I was she's got essentially a pile of bones and archaeology tools out, and has been tinkering.
Looks at you. He went off to have a conversation, and you let him go?
Why his mom?
We're in a camp,
with his abusive ex, who isn't here. Ophelia!
Y'all say words that you think that I understand what they mean.
Oh my god! And immediately gets up and starts moving. I think this is probably just as Valis, you come around the corner, and is like,
Hey.
Gonna punch myself.
That seems like a very unhealthy coping mechanism. So he pats Yanel on the back and starts walking back towards the group.
You're an unhealthy coping mechanism.
No, you are.
Okay, right. Crisis averted. Don't think anybody even really knew there was a crisis going on until I mentioned it. That actually hurt. Right, can we make a new rule? which is we have a buddy system where we pair off in twos. There's enough of us, I think.
Actually, there's 5 of us.
Shara is always with me.
No.
So you're essentially your deity is your buddy.
Always with me.
If your deity's always with you, we could always split into 3 and 3.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, then we could. It could be, say, for example, me, Valis, and my deity, and you guys, or another suggestion.
It's me as a player laughing.
I must sound so crazy. Ha ha ha! They get their music box out and start going. Oh, it's not playing at the moment. That just calms me down.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Well, I've done a perimeter walk. I'm gonna have a nap. Wake me up in 4 hours.
Wait, but your wounds.
Oh, they're fine. Don't worry.
No, they're not fine, Valis. Here, I've got my balms out anyway.
No, it's fine. Leave it. If you have water, though, I would love some water.
Water. On the side of Yanel's head, especially when they look back from the direction Valis came and see Nizana walking away as well. We're just gonna have a chat. We're just gonna have a chat.
No.
We're just gonna have a chat.
I grab Yanel's ankle. No.
Make a persuasion check.
And you would say Yanel is a creature who's more than indifferent towards me?
Oh, I wonder why. Let's pose.
1 second. $14. No, 15. Math I can do.
Fine, but please let me check your wounds.
They're really... He kind of shows, his arm. Fine. I am very warm, though. And the water could be great.
How warm? And Yanel comes forward. Can I touch your forehead? Valis, you're burning up.
Burning up.
This is... I think you need to talk to the others about this so that they know the danger you're in.
Well...
Is this a medical?
Yeah, it's a medical problem. Medical problem.
He's full of medical problems.
He's full of medical
Is it
problems.
contagious?
He coughs in your direction.
What if it's contagious? No,
No.
Nizana wouldn't do that. I think she would want to punish you, just you.
Yanel thinks I'm cursed. With heat stroke.
No. Okay, please come close, everyone. We can't. Look, we're surrounded by her people. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm looking for anything, but
you are. Always looking for a fight.
with her, can you blame me?
You should pick your battles.
Okay, look. I'm no fighter, but I have the power of God and anime on my side. But I can do something. Okay. Let's do this properly. You all know I'm Valis' carer. Not for this. But for his narcolepsy. He has
Behind you now, Valis is just doing little miming motions like, oh,
sleep attacks. So sometimes what happens is he'll just start sleeping all of a sudden, and there's a little ring that he has that protects him, but it can only do so much. And recently, I joined Valis on his expeditions in the Underdark after, and looks sheepish. His sleep attacks got really bad, so I decided to come with him.
Are there any particular stressors that we need to be keeping aware of?
It can happen at any point. Exhaustion, though, injury, and drinking seem to all have.
If you really upset me, guys, I'm really going to blame you. He looks at particularly Erwin when he says that. You hurt my feelings.
Yeah. Drinking.
Haha.
That's a joke.
It's funny.
You can't hurt my feelings.
Okay.
Anyway, but beyond that, that is what I knew could happen. Valis needs to be on the masks, or needed to be on the masks in the team. And he also needed a carer, someone who could make sure he didn't die down here. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but they're not the most considerate. They were going to leave Sherlyn behind, but Valis and I managed to heal her, and that would have meant certain death. And there have been people before who obviously have had injuries which topside would be considered minor, who've then had to... Things have had to happen.
Oh,
Bad
like
things.
in the ancient days where a cut meant you were just gonna die because,
Well, that's what it's like down here. Without clerics. I'm the only healer, other than any of you guys, they've ever brought with them. They say healers are a bit of a liability, that magic is finite and healing up certain wounds can take too long and be detrimental, and so on and so on. They need everybody on top form. It's a high turnover rate.
Basically, if you break your leg, you're on your own.
Sorry to interrupt.
Mhm.
Does this have anything to do with the botched operation at the Raven Queen's temple?
Probably. Who knows?
I've never been to the Raven Queen's temple there, so I can't say. By the way, Oren, can you break a leg, or do you not have legs, technically?
I can form a leg and it can break. I think. You know what? That hasn't really happened to me before. I haven't had to worry about that.
The more you learn.
Yenel does laugh a little, but they say, I look, at the end of the day, I don't know how deep all of this goes. All I know is the masks are brutal. They have their mission is just, but their methods leave a lot to be desired.
That's Draffy.
It is Drow. But not all of them. It's not you. Regardless, on our last mission, something happened. It was my first mission with them, and my last, until now. I was only meant to really be there to look after Valis, but as you know, I can change my form. And they sent me in to try and scout a location. I fucked it up, and somebody got hurt. And then somebody died. And Valis vouched for me. He could have left me behind. I was injured as well, but he didn't. She wanted to leave me behind. She knew we have history. We've known each other a very long time. And I think that she felt threatened by that and was somewhat looking for an opportunity to just kind of like cut her losses. But that's all retrospect. The main issue is that I think after that incident in the Underdark, perhaps even before then, because I met Nizana before that mission, I think she's done something to Valis to hurt him. Used his sleep attacks when he is defenseless, can't do anything, can't control his body, to hurt him. And he, obviously, not his fault, but she needs to be taken down a peg.
There is a technical term for this, though, that people use. I think it's called a conjecture.
Okay, this is my theory, but you've just gone and had a conversation with her, and you're burning up again. Heat stroke, a temperature, fever is one of the main symptoms we've come across. Loss of motor function. Acting out of sorts.
Sorry,
Memory loss.
this is one of the symptoms of
this curse that she's put on him. She's using it to torture him because he wants to just be free from her.
But that's just a theory.
Do you have any better ideas?
No, I'm just saying we should say them.
Do we know?
Well, why don't we eliminate
magic
risk?
curse?
It could be. Do you have any experience with things like that?
Not particularly, but I could see if it is magic.
Valis plops himself down in front of you. Have a look. Do I have curse marks on me? You can ignore all the tattoos and piercings. They might be somewhere in there. He holds up his hair so you can see his neck as well.
Do you want to describe some of your tattoos?
My tattoos?
Sure.
What you can see... What can you see from his tattoos?
If you've got his neck and arms on show.
Can you remind me of his picture?
Yep. Let me look at them.
Let me refer to my character designers.
Can you refer to my character? I do remember, but there's so many of them. I just want to be careful.
Are you wearing a short sleeve t-shirt?
No, he's wearing long sleeves.
Long sleeves. So then you could see...
You can see the top of his back and his neck.
Then you can see a sort of like... You would be able to see the top of the moth tattoo?
Yes, he has a very large moth tattoo across his shoulders. And there is a piercing in like the line of his spine as well.
Yeah, and nape of his neck. You would
Kind
see
of
that
moth.
there's...
He's
Yeah,
very goth. Yeah.
No, I
There's
said what
tal-
kind of moth, sorry.
Oh,
kind of
it's
goth.
a death's head hawk moth, of course.
Nice.
You would see then the bottom of the tip of a blade just coming up here. The sort of legs of a spider, which disappear up into the sleeve, and then tally marks on his hands.
Yeah, he has tally marks in his hand.
And then on the other sleeve, you'd be able to see one or two words in Undercommon, but you'd have to be able to read Undercommon for those.
Any curse marks?
Make me an Arcana check, please. Erwin?
Oh, me?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Little old you.
Well, on me. That is a 21.
21.
21.
Okay. You don't see any curse marks per se, not tattoos or anything like that, but you do see the tips of his fingers are stained kind of black, and so are his fingernails. You thought maybe it was nail varnish, but upon a closer inspection, scratching the fingernail, nothing flakes off. These are just what his nails look like, and that is unusual.
Would I know what that means, or just that it's not normal?
There is traces of some sort of curse here. Magical interference. To learn more about the nature of it, however, you would need to study him for longer.
Right.
And perhaps find a specialist someone who specializes in magical curses. And sort of casting your mind around everybody, Ophelia, actually, you remember that your father did his primary thesis on cursed fetishes and their effects on the human body in proximity. So you get the impression that your father might actually be a someone who has a strong link to cursed items or curses in general. That would be something you would have to do topside, though, obviously.
Noted.
Noted.
Doc.
Sorry, say again.
So what's the verdict?
I'll just stand there, like, holding your hands and looking at your fingers, being like, it's a shame. I thought you were wearing nail varnish, but never mind. It seems you are cursed in some kind of way. Definitely something causing this. But we may have to find someone else to help determine what exactly is causing. What exactly this is. So the bitch done cursed you, basically.
Valis, as far as you know, are those marks on your fingers recent?
He kind of casts his mind back. He's like, I did wear nail polish. He points at you, Aaron. But does he not know?
Within the last 2 years.
Yeah, he holds up his fingers. 2 years?
I mean, 2.5, really. I couldn't really say after that.
Time. Period. Roughly.
Could I roll some sort of check to see if there might be some additional, like, mundane causes, like tainted
Yeah, of course you
water or
Naturally, yeah. Please do.
other sort of, like, natural
Alice.
poisons?
Drinking mercury. Silly boy.
I love drinking mercury. It could be hair dye, he's goth.
Does not have dyed hair.
It's true. It's all natural, babe.
Valis has been in the Sharpie baths.
Yeah. Too much shopping.
What check am I rolling for this?
It would be a medicine check if you're looking for mundane cause to injury or illness.
Now Erin knows that you have worn nail polishes dying to put glitter on your nails.
He would let you do that.
She's just thinking about the little bottles she has in her bag.
He would let you do that.
16. With a 16 total, you could put this down to a infection. There are certain strains of infection in the Underdark which cause odd physical effects, but most of those come after ingesting or absorbing through a cut or an open wound somehow. If these have been around for a long time, perhaps even from before he's been in the Underdark, then it's hard to say. But I think Yanel would say that they have been ensuring that he eats well and healing him as promptly as they can, so they would have noticed something like that. This does seem to be magically inclined rather than physically inclined.
I'm a big fan of the attention. He's just sitting in the middle, like extending his hands to different people.
Mm-hmm. Yanel just kind of like goes, right.
I'm so interested.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel cursed?
Do I feel cursed? That's such a deep question. Yeah, it all started when I was born. Do I feel cursed? I feel hot. He kind of puts a finger to his forehead. It's like, I feel warm.
Like unpleasantly or okay?
Sweaty hot, so not pleasant hot, He sticks his sticky hand against you, Oran.
I mean, like they would offer like a limb, that's. I imagine they're.
Do you run hot or cold?
I think I imagine
You kind of absorb the temperature around you.
I imagine my consistency is not water, but it's sort of similar properties to water, and I would think that heat conductivity would be one of them. In that, like,
Oh, no.
yeah, like I think
submerge his head in your body.
I don't think I would look. If Valis just like puts an arm against, then I think they would just sort of like mold a little bit more towards it, but just there's.
Alice, you feel the cooling touch of a plasmoid upon your scalp.
This is awakening thing to me.
Ugh.
But we're meant
Right,
to go
we
sleep
need to
soon.
eat something.
Well, no, we're not. Sorry. Are we? Sorry. Are we? We're not. We're not doing a rest, are we?
You are doing a rest, but just not immediately.
We need to sleep soon. Yes.
It's like, right, I'm going to start preparing rations. You guys keep doing this weird spa thing that you're doing.
Yeah, so whilst I'm getting like chilled by a plasmoid person, Eowyn can paint my nails, and Ellie can tell me all about those bones that we're looking at, and that'll be the perfect evening.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I'll get my tea.
And Janelle starts divvying out the rations as you guys are doing this.
Valis just gives you his hand, like, go on. What colour sparkles is it?
I do have a black sparkle.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Suits the goth vibes.
Be very happy.
As you guys are doing this, bring glittery nail polish to the Underdark, hell yeah. As you guys are doing this, you all sort of spy out of the corner of your eyes movement from the masks as they're mostly all settled in now. One of them, a single woman, has left to approach you all. She seems to be 5'11". She actually it has a bit more of a kind of a kindly look about her. Valis, you don't recognize this person. You get the impression that she's either new or has been mostly with a different group. By the kind of wear and tear on her clothing, the sort of like ease at which she walks over the sort of rough terrain of the Underdark over towards you, you get the impression maybe it's the latter. She's sort of transferred in from a different group. About 5'11", sort of chin-length hair that's being held back by a headband. And she's holding a small satchel under her arm. And she approaches and she says, "Excuse me. Am I interrupting anything?"
Valis like peels a cucumber off his eye. Yeah.
Fresh produce in the Underdark. You know those cucumbers have antitoxins that can send worms into your brain and melt it from the inside out. You'll have a runny nose first, and then a headache, and then...
Don't talk dirty to me. He puts it back on.
What's up?
I just thought that I ought to introduce myself and give you some things.
I'll suck the cucumber up on my forehead and look at her again.
Mm-hmm. She kind of squats at the side of your group and puts down the satchel and starts rummaging through it. Vassia.
What does that mean?
Oh gosh, why are you asking me this now that I've put the name list away? Drow names D&D. There's a little thing online with like a table. Vassia means
Valis' name is Savant of Darkness.
Slay Queen.
It can also be translated as Shadow Sorcerer, but that is not what he is anymore.
Blood Rival, Blood Protector, Blood Wielder.
Blood Wielder or Rival?
It can sort of go to either of those. Protector, Rival, and Wielder. It just depends on context clues. Vassia. So VEAS 'YR. And she starts rummaging through this satchel that she's brought, and she just says, Basia, been with the masks like what, 6 years? So some of the longest.
What? I've never seen you.
Different strand. Did a lot down in the veins. But my team got munched to death, so I can't exactly go by myself.
What are you doing in the veins?
Tracking Sisterhood, what everyone else is doing. She leans over to you, Erwin, and picks up some of your hair and just sort of like twists it around her finger. Very pretty.
Don't touch me.
Are you a sea elf?
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Sorry, odd habits. Lothian drow. I know. Right. I have something to give to you, and points to Oren. That's fine. Thought, well, I wasn't sure what to do with this. They just said grab anything, and I... Thank you. And so I did. Hang on, the window's open, so I'm just going to close the door. Zala being cutie.
I completely missed who was talking to us. Who grabbed my hair?
A drow woman called Vasia.
It is Vasir, right?
Yeah. She grabbed your hair and twirled it around her finger and implied that the reason she's so open with grabbing and touching without asking is because she's a Lothian drow. But she seems cringe about it. She's like, sorry. But she looks to you, Oren, and she says, they said to grab anything. And I did, without really thinking. But this sort of... Well, I try and take it... I don't know why I did it. But I did. And maybe you want it. And she pulls out a small, kind of maybe kobold-sized lute, which has some scuff marks on the side. Some little claw marks where there's clearly been hours and hours of practicing put into this. And on the side, painted in like kind of like little pink letters, is Vimken, who you remember to be one of your friends.
Now,
And there's a little sort of like drawing on the back of 3 kobolds all holding hands. And she says, it seems to have a sort of magicalness to it. And then I saw you playing with this thing and thought you, and points to Ophelia, thought you might be looking for this, and pulls out a single little knuckle bone that says no on it. Almost got the full set.
Thank you.
Right.
Oh, speaking of which, Oran, did these belong to your company at all?
I don't think I'd know about the bones, but I have the small lute in my hands, and I think, can plasmoids cry?
That's on you, babe.
I think it starts to just like deflate a little. Like you can tell that it's looking at this lute, but just starts to kind of spread out, like just totally absorbed in their little lute, Vimkin's little lute.
Vemkin, who is one of Oren's family members, they recovered their loot from the wreckage. Vasir did. I've now linked to you in D&D, in the Discord, the instrument which you have. As you kind of cry over it, deflate over it, you sort of instinctively strum along it, and a single like illusory music note appears as you've received the instrument of illusions. Ellie, of course, you have now got the no bone, which accompanies the maybe bone, which you had before, which means you can now finally start using your bones.
Yay.
Hey!
Yay.
So essentially the way this works is until you find the yes bone, you can use these bones to cast augury once per day, except that the reading is either has a sort of 2 in 3 chance of being correct, but will never be positive.
Always be negative.
It'll always be neutral to negative.
Can we play with these tonight?
You can do, for sure. But Zarcia sort of sits down with you and says, and of course a few other things. Sorry, I see you're crying.
Oh no, they're just leaking.
They're leaking. We have dug a toilet, so please use that.
That's so true. Do you need to know that? No, I can't ask that question right now.
Valis goes and takes a piss for realism. She says, and I can't offer you much else, but I can offer you this, and gives each of you a healing potion.
Nice.
So please, everybody, add healing potion to your inventory.
Is that just the basic one?
Yep, just basic. And you, cleric person, you, Nell, if you come over to the camp, this side of the camp, there seems to be a division. Later, I will restock any of your medical things as well. I'm kind of like a person who holds cargo. I will be on the search and rescue team. So we can all be friends.
If I can ask, you said you were trying to grab anything. Do you mean anything from the site where my family was taken?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is from there, pointing at the loot.
Yeah, I took it from the caravan. I honestly think you were probably like right there, and I just didn't realize you were sentient. I remember everything being covered in goop. So sorry.
The loot kind of withdraws into Oren, just to hold on to it, like.
Okay, Oren. When you do that, fun idea. When you do that and you draw the loot into you, you kind of inhale and it kind of strums because of the like kind of goop floating around it. And when you exhale, little illusory music notes come out of your mouth.
I do like that idea.
It's like if you swallow a harmonica.
Exactly. You basically swallowed a harmonica that makes you burp music notes. And she says, it's just something I've done ever since I was young. I heard a bit about you, Valis. I think we have a similar upbringing. Trafficked by the Sisterhood, managed to break free. Half drow. So I masqueraded as an elf until I couldn't masquerade anymore. Was tossed out in the streets. Found by masks, trained to work for masks, did very well, and now I am here. So, hey ho. All things work out in the end. But I don't know, ever since I was small, collected things.
Collected things?
Just things that I thought might be useful for later.
I collect shiny things. They're not always useful.
I collect sharp things and interesting things.
Snap. Careful, I might take yours.
I might take yours.
It's a challenge.
Jeeves, you smell.
Yanel immediately slaps Valis.
Yanel's like trying not to be psychotic in the background. I'm normal. I'm normal.
I'm fine if Valis talks to other people.
So true. And Vassia looks around at you all, looks back to the others and says, how about we all eat together?
That could be cool.
Seems wrong that we're separated. And you can sit very far away from you know whom.
you have anything better to offer to eat?
I thought you might have high standards. I can tell by your hair. You've been raised on a diet of whole milk and organic fruit.
How can you tell that without looking at someone's poo?
You don't want to know.
Quality
They
of
will
hair.
Do you have any organic fruit?
I may have brought some grapes. That's it.
Grapes.
Grapes.
I like grapes.
Fantastic. Hang on, let me put my Underdark ambience back on. We're not at Rosie Morn Monastery. Incorrect. She
Stop
Alright.
playing the
beckons
title
you
music.
she beckons
At
you all
this-
to join the team on.
I
Got
think
something.
at the mention of grapes, Ryan remembers a song somehow. And the dog walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey,
Hey,
bumper, got any grapes?
got any
grapes?
grapes? I know this one. If you can sing for us. How about this? We've set up some silencing runes. You sing for us. I'm sure that'll make everybody feel better.
I can juggle grapes.
You can juggle grapes, you can sing, and the rest of you can clap.
Okay.
Wonderful. Come on. Look, I'm in a better mood than usual because we killed someone, especially a Sisterhood member. But the others may need some help coming round to you all. I want to be a bridge, let's say. I don't know them particularly well either. This is only my third or so mission.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah.
$17.
She seems to be fairly straightforward, fairly simple.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy going on.
That's good. Because we have too much crazy going on.
Lots is going on outside.
Oh yeah, both the houses on either side of us are empty and they're renovating them, so
If you hear any bashing or crashing,
it's not the cats, it's renovation.
shockingly. So she kind of beckons you all over. And you notice she hangs back and pulls on Yanel's sleeve, and Yanel looks at her, and Zarsel just says, "Sit next to me. I'll protect you."
Wait,
Not Zarsel, sorry.
Vassia, right?
Yeah, wrong name.
Zarsel. Isn't it Zarsel?
I just
Vassia.
don't say shit.
I'm not saying
Spoilers.
names.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
There's lots of drow names, and they're all very similar. I just wrote the wrong one around.
Vassia.
Indeed. And Janelle actually kind of smiles and is like, "Good, I'll die." And warily, the group shuffles, the mask shuffles to make space for you all. Nizana watches you, Valus, very closely, but does not seem to make a fuss. After all, you guys have struck a truce.
Vance eats his cucumber.
Cucumber, grapes, and you guys are able to have a piece of grilled, crispy, yummy Underdark bacon each. The team mostly keeps to themselves, but don't exclude you, and seem particularly interested in your bones, Ellie.
Can we play with them?
I think Vassia says, "I want to know how these work." So, any ideas? And for the sakes of this, you can use them to just randomly try and guess what's going to happen in the future, or you can get an accurate reading once, a semi-accurate reading once, using the actual feature of the dice of the bones.
I mean, Ellie will like pass the augury bones over and be like, "Sure, knock yourself out, have fun." And is like essentially looks like what they've been trying to do is reassemble a skeleton. Like a small skeleton. That's what their project has been.
Keep up the good work.
She's looking at you. Interesting. Do you shed?
Yes, actually.
Can I have some of your skin? Is that too intimate?
Oh no, just that, you know, no one's
Later.
ever really been interested by that before. I would
Hey,
love
I
to
asked
get
if
to
I
know
could
more
hear.
of your customs.
If you give me your skin, I will give you a tooth.
I
You'll have
love
to knock it out
that.
of your mouth. Okay. If next time I lose a tooth, it's yours.
Cool.
Why wait?
Why wait? Punch me. You pretty lady, punch me.
Okay, I'm gonna give you. I'll try and punch you.
They're all boring. Points to the rest of the team. Prefer you lot. Are you actually going to punch her?
Oh yeah.
Okay, she pulls you to the side.
What's your form like, Aaron?
She pulls you to the side. Do you hold your thumb like that or like that?
Oh god. I think she'd just be like yeah, I guess like that.
Wait. Elbow up. And
Yeah.
she readjusts your. Okay.
Ellie also helps to make sure that Erwin doesn't injure herself.
This is consensual. I have no problem with it.
Yanella's like, I have healing. When you need it.
What if I use my flask instead and just
I consented to punching.
fine, okay. I'll give her my best whack.
Okay. You give a big whack. Roll me a d20, please, and add your unarmed. I don't think you have any proficiency in unarmed, so it's just a d20.
On the hit, it has like a +3. Is that something I would add?
Oh, that's right. Then you can add +3.
Cool. Oh, yeah, right. Try again. Oh, I cocked. Sorry. There we go. 22.
You absolutely wallop her, and the rest of the team look at you like, whoa, hang on, what?
Feel like
You hear someone say, pretty princess got claws.
you don't want
and as you kind of like pull back, your hand does hurt a bit, and she goes, and you see like her tooth just wobbles, and she yanks it out.
Oh.
Ah. Good job. Passes it over to you, Ellie.
Ellie peels off some shed and just passes it over. And it's holographic.
Oh.
She'll use it to make stickers later. Okay, you've now done the age-old exchange of skin for tooth. So you are now blood brethren and can never be parted.
Erin just doesn't want anyone touching her hair without her permission.
Fair enough. We're going to have a threesome one day, you and I.
Excuse me.
Wait, who
Anyway,
is she talking to?
You two.
I'm down.
Fabulous. She moves on very quickly without elaborating or pointing that in any direction. But as she sits back down,
Erin is not impressed.
The rest of the team all kind of seem to be a bit more open to you now. And after a while, one of them, the one who called out to you, Erwin, looks and said to you, Warren, and says, you have an instrument. You're going to use it?
Yes, would you all like a very small light show?
Nizana holds up a hand and says, lights, that's a no. But music, perhaps? Well, I think you can control how bright your lights are, can't you?
Yes, I'd have to attune to the
You have time. You've got the whole evening here.
Okay.
So you can say that you've attuned to it over eating around the fire with these people.
I guess, like, it says a harmless illusory visual effect. Could that include, like, fog? So like not something
Yeah.
giving off light, but
Yeah, for sure.
being
That could definitely
dim
be. You could be a
light.
smoke machine.
I'm gonna go all like horror.
Yeah, you could be a smoke machine for sure.
So I think they would sort of pick off the ground like a fairly sturdy but not too rough looking small like stone to use as like a pick, because otherwise I think plucking
Yeah, that might be hard. I understand.
yeah. And so the 15 feet around them would play a little thing. Emma, at what point would you like me to try and sing the words that you said?
You can go at any point, really. If you want to play a few earlier than that, then you can. If you want to start off straight with that one. But the team enjoy you kind of playing the instrument first. And then Yanel says, "Weren't you a singer?"
Oh, yes.
I really would like to know how this works. Just humor me.
You see, every song has a point of creation, and once it's created, it can spread throughout the world, and all living creatures can hear it or can feel it, and da 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 da. So,
Just sing the song, please. Nizana calls out. We don't need a philosophy lesson.
Okay.
There's like a jeer and a clap as they try and build up a bit of a rhythm for you. And Zarsil sort of pretends to conduct. I imagine you do the same, Valis.
The merry brown hares came a-leaping over the crest of a hill, where the cornman and corn lay sleeping under the moonlight so still, sleeping so late and so early, till under their bite and their tread, Zasril, Belair, and Zara lay cankered and trampled and dead.
And you laugh. And they all stop clapping.
I'm sorry. Yeah, how do people react to that, actually? Do I
this
know
is a quite popular song. Name? I think you know it. And as you kind of sing, there's like a slow, all of the smiles kind of fall. And you actually hear Yanel go, when you say that line.
Insight sort of check, or can I save this through some sort of performance?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Valis, you know this song. This is just old, Mary Had a Little Lamb, doo-da-doo-da. Yeah. Just a folk song. People know it. The lyrics are, the merry brown hare came a-leaping over the crest of the hill, where the clover and corn lay a-sleeping under the moonlight so still, leaping so late and so early, till under their bite and their tread, the Swedes and the wheat and the barley lay cankered and trampled and dead. Except that Oren's line changed.
Legit.
The Swedes and the wheat and the barley to Zarsil, Belair, and Zara lay cankered and trampled and dead. And there's a stillness, Oran, as you realise you sang the wrong lyrics, but you didn't realise it in the moment. And everyone, even the most good-humoured Vasir, who has been trying to kind of get you in on the group, their smiles just fall.
Can you be a second?
Yes.
I got a 21 performance. Is that what you're after? Oh, sorry. I didn't notice you were muted.
Nizana stands up Say that again.
What are
And
the
the voice-
original? Like
The
if
original
I were,
lyrics are the Swedes and the wheat and the barley.
do I? Sorry. Do I genuinely think that I sung the lyrics, the Swedes, the wheat, and the barley?
It's up to you. You can interpret it how you like.
I think I'd like to think that I did sing those lyrics, so
Yeah.
I would repeat that.
No, no.
Sweets, the wheat, and the barley.
No, that's not what he said. You said Zarsel, Balor, and me. And a woman stands up. What the fuck? Zara. We've not met before. And she steps forward and reaches out to grab you, but you're jelly. So she just
I'm
and she
sorry.
says something quickly in Undercommon to Nizana, which Valis you would catch. She says, who the fuck are these people?
I don't know your name.
You do know my name. You said my name. You said I was fucking dead. Zarsil, she killed Zarsil, points to Yanel.
Actually,
And Nizana says, I'm Balea. Who has the sending stone? Shall we contact her?
What did I just do?
And Vassia just quietly stands up and goes over to the cargo that she's obviously in charge of and pulls out a small round stone with a hollow in the middle, ties a rope of twine around it that has a small tag that has Undercommon the name Ballet on it, and passes it to Nizana, who snatches it from her and gives her a dirty look and says, Ballet. And there's nothing. You. What have you done?
I thought I sung something. I don't understand. I swear I sung one thing, but I think like they would turn to like Valis, Erwin, Ophelia. You know, like as in like, did you guys hear those names? Like, did you? Yeah.
We never said. Excuse me. I never said Zarsel.
there are plenty of explanations for this. Just saying.
As in, sorry, did they hear me say those names in the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ophelia.
I need to go, guys, but I'll be back.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Okay. Ophelia?
Ophelia would have been actually recording part of this, just as a, like, oh, I'm gonna just take a clip of the song, and just plays back the last line.
I can say you'd have like an MP3 stone, which has like a Magic Mouth-esque function, which will allow you to record short clips.
It's part of the magical tinkering thing for artificers. You can take little like recordings.
Oh, sick! Even better. Okay, you play it back, and you hear your own voice, Oran, say back to you. Till under their bite and their tread, Zarsel and Bala and Zara lay cankered and trampled and dead.
I know I'm not a big one for religion. Is there any sort of godly presence that I feel that's enacting through me or whatever? Like, can there like
make a religion check?
This is so strange. That's a nat 20. That would have been a 23 then. Like that.
Well, I mean, you aren't of this place. You know that much. Religion-wise, you've never felt, I don't think you've mentioned anything like a connection to any deities or gods. But you are in a place that you've never been to before, the Underdark. Who's to say the veil isn't thinner here? And that you might be able to be in touch with certain deities or divination practices just by nature of being in a new place. But it's unusual. You've never had anything like this happen before, as far as you know.
Instead of a magic 8-ball, it's a magic slime.
Magic slime.
Magic slime.
I think Yanel would say, regardless of what's happened here, Oran does not seem to be at fault. If anything, they've given you a warning. And I'm here. Zara, I can give you some protection. If you'll allow me. And Zara looks wary. Do you think I'm gonna die?
Now we know you're potentially going to die, so we're going to act in a way that might actually bring about you dying.
You what?
I've heard that works in some divination when you actually like make the thing happen because now you know about it.
You're gonna fucking kill me.
No one's going to kill you. Don't be dramatic.
No one is going to kill you. Yanel steps in. We won't let that happen. I will use some magic on you now.
What are you doing?
She is going to cast. Well, it seemed to be just a ritual at the moment, in which Yanel places their hand to Zara's chest, puts Zara's palm over theirs, and starts whispering quietly. My lady can give you her blessing. I heard that.
Emma, could I have another swig of a drink when Yanel brings up that lady?
You can. What are you drinking? Never again?
It's always got, I think.
Okay. You're going to make me a Constitution save, and the DC is 15.
No.
Nope. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord.
Your alcohol level is now 6. What's your total Constitution modifier?
2.
No, not modifier. Score.
My score?
Yep. Is it 12?
14.
14. Okay, you're almost drunk. You're still tipsy. So the same rules still apply. +2 to charisma, minus for persuasion checks and creatures who are indifferent or friendlier, -2 to resist persuasion or deception skill checks. Okay. And as you kind of feel this tipsiness kind of take over you, you ponder on Yanel's lady and think, perhaps for the safety of everyone, it would be best if you have a good look through their things later and take what you can, just to keep an eye on what's going on. In fact, maybe you should have a good look through everyone's things just to make sure no one's hiding anything. In fact, whilst everyone's distracted, now might be a really good time to do that.
Okay, I'm guessing I'm sitting near Ellie. I think he'll just like nudge Ellie's arms in. I'm gonna go to the toilet. If anyone asks. Cool. Alright, he gets up and leaves.
And Yanel is casting their ritual, so for the next 10 minutes or so, they are somewhat wrapped up. So you think if you're going to, you have 10 minutes.
Also, just to clarify, Valis said don't tell anyone else.
She said, if anyone asks, I've gone to the toilet.
Okay, if anyone asks, that's what I needed to clarify. Thank you.
And I will go through people's bags, starting with,
Starting with Yanel?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of quietly look through. The first thing that you find is exactly what you'd expect. You find a small kind of leather bag with different compartments. In one compartment seems to be a bunch of different fidget rings and fidget toys. Those are yours that Yanel holds onto for you. There's also then a slot for potions and vials. There are 5 adrenaline shots. 1 socket is empty. Clearly been given to Oran, as Yanel mentioned earlier. You find they've obviously removed some of their jacket, their sharper items to sleep in. You look through those. You find in the pile a necklace that you've made them in the past. As well as in their breast pocket a music box, which you remember they fiddled with earlier. Where did it go? And you resist playing it. In the sewn into the inner of the jacket, you see a family crest. Otherwise, that's it in terms of individual items. You find holy symbol to Shah, which you expect. It is an antique one that they found in a shop in Kalkariat. You find a signet ring, which is dented and now worn down after having been taken far out of its natural environment. And you find 2 things. You find 2 small volumes, little leather journals that are bound together. One seems to be a standard diary, and the other is their prayer book. And in the edge of their prayer book, where sometimes there is space for a pen, is what looks to be a very frail quill or something like that, which has a sort of liquid on the inside.
Can I roll an investigation check?
Yep.
Okay. 14.
Cool. You see that this is a kind of clear liquid. When you press it, it comes out in a pipette at the bottom.
Can I test what happens when you do a stroke with it?
Yep. It is. It's very cold to the touch. On the back of your palm, it doesn't really do anything.
I'm going to try and do a stroke in the book.
In the book, you try and open it, and you cannot open it, I'm afraid.
Even with force?
With force? Where are you?
Back near the bedrolls.
Okay. Let me check my notes. Okay. It's hard to open it, and you kind of notice a couple of people turn your way. So you turn around, kind of with your back to the fire, and in the shadows, it gives a little more.
I have an idea. I'm going to put it inside my jacket and take it to a shadowed area out of sight.
Okay. So you take it to a shadowed area, and you open it up, and you. So you open it up, and the first page is blank except for the name Yanel Game Yazar. Do you want to test it on that? Okay, you do a strike, and it leaves a residue for a moment, and then it disappears. So it seems like an invisible ink kind of situation.
Is the prayer book all invisible ink then?
You turn through it, it does look to be blank.
Even in the dark?
In the dark, however, you notice it has, the first few pages at the very least, have a bit more So in the dark, you open it up, and with your dark vision in these shadows, you are able to read words. Do you read what's in there?
I'm scared. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Can I go to the loo before we do this, actually?
Yeah, I really didn't anticipate you doing this right now.
You told me to go look through people's things.
I thought you were going to look at the one you could open.
Do you really think Valis is going to look at the one you can open?
That's true.
Hey, Emma.
Yeah.
I love what you did, and it's very fucked up.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Can't wait for more of that. You can't trust me.
Oh my god.
Lauren, I've been writing down stuff about you. I've been writing stuff down about you.
My
This
working
book-
theory in my head, Oran is somehow involved in deaths preceding and deaths to come.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
And or at least that's it's like thought that they're thinking, and they're then thinking of the little harp and getting very uneasy about that.
Yeah.
About Vinkin's little harp. Also, I'll say that melody I gave is totally off the cuff.
Slay. It worked, to be honest.
Proud of that.
It worked for the purposes we needed it to work for.
Thank you. Oh, I think I kept it in tune.
You did pretty good.
Thank you. Yeah. Not to toot one's own horn or pluck one's own harp or hit one's own dulcimer. Oh.
Not to hurty one's own Gertie.
Oh, yes. Oh, or don't you get a hurdy-gurdy, although those are expensive.
They're so cool, though.
They are. Are you familiar with the Brian David Gilbert video about trading a Mac laptop for a hurdy-gurdy?
Oh my god. What?
This was during the pandemic. I will look it up. Is recording still going or paused?
Oh, we're still going. Was I supposed to pause it?
No, you're good.
No,
We're just waiting for Lily to come back.
Also, just to put out there, Ellie would be like, would keep like their bag with her, just because.
Of course.
It's where the bones live.
That's where the That's so funny. No. I'm just looking through a couple different things.
That's hurdy-gurdy. Have you seen
Hurdy-gurdy. Okay.
I'm scared.
That's okay.
Should I be scared?
Depends.
What does that mean, Emma? What does that mean? I don't know. Are you guys scared? I'm scared.
I'm enraptured by this. Brian David Gilbert, have you seen my laptop video? As I have been many times before. Where he plays a hurdy-gurdy.
Standing face to face with I told you so.
Okay. So the first page, as you kind of look through, you see immediately just a few kind of prayers, prayers to the deity who you know is Shah, the night singer.
Do you have a black pen I could borrow? I can just keep it.
Yanel has explained somewhat about the night singer to you, and the masks, the drow who you work with, have explained a little bit as well. It seems that from Yanel's understanding of Shah and the mask's understanding of Shah are slightly different. That's not uncommon, considering what you know about what you know about deities and how they work. In different places, they seem to affect different responses, different kinds of followers. Tiamat, for example, is a very
Like people are over Tiamat now.
They are.
They better be.
Yeah, they better be the DC chance.
Tiamat, for example, was worshipped in hellish circles as a evil deity, but in a prayer for a time, they were worshipped as a benevolent or at least a balancing deity. Yanel has expressed to you before that Shah eases their suffering. You've never looked in this before, however. The first is a prayer that you've heard them say often, and it is written over and over and over again, first in an unsteady hand, where the ink is bleeding and the pen is clearly trembling. And it just says, "Guide me, embrace me in your shadow, as sure as night will fall." And you read this over and over, at least 5 pages are just that line repeated.
That's normal. Yeah. Normal behaviour.
There are some points where clearly these words were written in despairing agony, where the pen just falls off the page, the letters become illegible. They're written in traditional Messian script, and not in common, which obviously you can read. There is then a break of 1 page where the sort of script changes, and it just says, "May Shah's shadows keep me." And then from this point onwards, it takes on 2 approaches. One is sort of journal entry style, and one is more letter style. And the journal entry style, they're quite long entries, so you don't have time to read them all, but you read snippets. The first is dated only a couple of days after their appointment to regent, which means that these were all, the first 10 or so pages were all written within maybe, say, a week of their appointment ceremony. And the first line just says, "No one comes to breakfast anymore. No one stays. Joral has left, and I must suffer alone." I'm gonna punch much there because there's very loud noises. I'm sorry, guys. That's
Horrible.
Anyway,
Like someone running in the attic.
yeah, it does. A few more passages pass like this, and you see things like names you remember. Zarina doesn't look at me anymore. I don't know when I became so repulsive to her. But I am repulsive to myself as well now. When I look in the mirror, I don't see a princess or a prince. I'm not even pink. I no longer have the colours my parents gave to me. Are these the colours you have given to me then? Should I embrace these instead? More like that. May Shah's shadows keep me. I deliver this body from that which ailed it. I render its soul unto your care. My lady, please, I cannot breathe the agony. Breathe for the agony in my heart. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. No one stays. Anything else? Do you want to keep reading?
Can I take a look at the thing? Or are we not allowed to?
What, the actual document that I'm
Yeah.
reading from? No.
No.
No, because I need to be in control of this information, sadly.
What about the more recent entries?
More recent entries. So there are, as I said, other elements to this. Some of these are sort of diary-esque entries, canticles and prayers. Some of these are letters.
Okay.
You probably have about a minute or two left before Yanel realizes what you're doing.
Okay.
And you actually, I think I'm going to give you names.
Okay.
You've noticed a couple of names which come up a lot. The first is, and I'm really sorry, her name is, damn it, where is her first name? Damn it, I wrote this down. Gildavane.
Gildavane, how do you spell that?
Gildavein.
Yeah.
Loratris.
How do you spell that?
Loratris.
Yeah.
The second is, what's your surname? Varick Nightshade. Varic and then Nightshade, like the poison.
And who are these people?
Word has reached me that you are in ill health. It would not do for the extent of your worship to become common knowledge. I am sure the followers of Sylvanus in the Messiah will not understand quite important your devotion is to Our Lady. I have sent a cleric by the name of Varick Nightshade to your palace. Upon receipt of this letter, he should be with you 3 days hence. You must utilize his skills to further your progression towards benightenment. Treat his words as you would my own. M. Loratris.
Benightenment.
M. Loratris, and she has been referred to by Yanel as Madame Loratris. And you start the next letter.
Madam of Shaw, then I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sort of scroll through. Your eyes kind of like scanning over the letters. I think if you're just randomly scrubbing through them,
Well,
or are you reading in order?
I mean, he's looking for key details. I think he's scanning them. If anything jumps out at him, he'll probably stop and read more carefully.
Okay, then because that jumped out at you, you probably read the next one. Madame Loratris, this seems to be to Yanel, and this is when you realise that Yanel can communicate using this journal.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
If
Okay.
Yanel can write in this, they can receive answers in it. I have tried some of the methods you suggested in your previous letter. Although it shames me to admit, I am still struggling to attain the level of physical preparation you require from your disciples. I have been praying every day, taking the prescription as directed by Master Varric.
Prescription?
But the benighted state still evades me. I know our worship is best completed in isolation. I have dismissed all my servants to this end, but I may require assistance with the more devout methods you suggest. I know yours is a small order, but if you know anyone who may be able to guide me, either over letter or in person, I would be grateful. All the best, Yanel Yazar. Yanel, it is worrisome to hear that after 2 years of devotion, you are still unable to give yourself over to the Night Singer's blessings. I am fearful that this reluctance may stem from a discretion of the I am fearful that this reluctance may stem from the discretion of the flesh you confessed to me not 12 months ago. If this is the case, we may need to look at Valis. You hear... All of you kind of realise Valis has been gone for a little while.
He's taking a really big shit.
He's taking a really big shit.
Minutes.
And finally 10 minutes shit.
One time I went to the loo I think Anna might remember this. I went to the loo in high school and I played doodle jump on the toilet and I was gone 15 minutes and I came back and the teacher was like, what were you doing? And I was like,
Pooping. I'm going to send you the letters you were able to read.
okay.
Oh my god.
So you were able to read 2.5 completely after looking through. And I'll put these in your character notes, Valis.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to make a new channel for you called Letters.
Oh.
Why? Oh yes, some of it is in italics. Some of it is not. I don't know why. And I'll edit the.
And it's all written in Message.
It's all written in Message. Yes.
Wow.
The letters in italic. Actually, the letters from Madame Laratrice would be written in common. In common. So maybe that's those. And then these are the snippets that you managed to have. Those are some of the snippets that you read as well. And everybody, if you are interested in reading these, you can. But obviously, this is information that only is available to Valis at the moment. And as Yanel kind of looks around and says, "It's a long shit."
Can I sleight of hand try and put it in my...
Wait, can I just... Yanel, looking around at the rest of you, just says, I think if we're going to have a discussion, we need to all be present. This is clearly... I'll go get him.
He's in the...
The shitter?
Yeah.
10 minutes?
I mean, sometimes you gotta take a...
Oh, sorry. I interpreted this as Yunel saw Valis doing this, but
This is
calling out for where he is.
I'm just bridging the gap.
I will bring it up. Valis cannot be surprised.
That's okay. Yeah,
So I feel like he would know.
for sure. Valis, you kind of get the sense that someone is about to approach you, which means you can have advantage on that sleight of hand check.
I'm going to slide it.
And Yanel just says, "Look, I don't care. I've seen him worse than on the toilet."
Okay, one was a natural 1 and one was a 17 plus. Dirty 20.
Okay. Then Valis, here's what I'll say to you: is rather than being caught with the prayer book, you can instead be caught with Yanel's journal, Yanel's diary, if you like, which you haven't read. But you can. I can, if you want to. You can read it for later, for fun. But you look around and he's staring at you. What are you doing?
Do they see what I've got?
Yeah.
Just checking things. Didn't read it.
You didn't?
He holds it up, but it's still bound.
They take it from you.
I don't know, just like spitting out names of people who are gonna die sounds very Sharish.
That's not what Shah does, Bellis. Can't blame everything you don't like on her.
Can and will.
Why?
Because she's a bitch.
Valis. By her light, her darkness, I keep you safe.
I don't want to be kept safe by Shaw.
Then I keep you safe by me.
No, I don't consent to this.
You're being difficult for the sake of being difficult.
Well, guess we disagree.
Come on. We can't. Oren needs someone on her side.
I was gonna just check that.
Check what?
Just gonna check things.
Look through their stuff like you look through mine. Or clearly wanted to, even if you didn't get that far.
Well, he's slightly drunk, so he's being a bit stupid. He's like, I think, there's just stuff we don't know about people. There's stuff I don't know about you.
There's stuff I don't know about you. But
You can go through my stuff.
it's not the point. But I trust you. Think that if you're keeping things from me, then it means that you're trying to spare me, or you're thinking about what to say. So either way, that's better than the alternative, which is just slapping pain on someone. You can go through my things. I don't have anything in there I would hide from you. The only thing I would ask is that you don't look through my prayer book, because obviously my prayers are between me and my lady.
What are you hiding in the prayer book?
My prayers are between me and my lady.
You see, when someone says, you can go through my things, but not this specific thing, it makes me think that the things you're hiding are in that specific thing. It's like if I said, you can go through my stuff, but you can't go in my wallet.
Because then I'd see all of your sketches of all of the people that you've had sex with.
That is so not true. Some of those people I just like as friends.
Can you name them all? Yeah. Anyway, am I in there?
Yes.
There you go. Maybe you are correct. But none of this is going to help Oren. Will you come back with me?
Yeah, I will. I do actually need to go to the toilet though, so
Valis.
didn't get there. Yeah.
Please don't look through my stuff without letting me know beforehand.
He doesn't say anything, he just waltzes away.
Okay. After a while, you guys are reunited. Nizana.
I have something I would like to do on the toilet.
Yes.
I would like to take a rubbing from this channel.
Okay, yeah.
I would like to make as much of a copy as I can of the last few pages of it.
Okay.
And on the way back, I would like to stealth and
Well.
go back in Yanal's pack. 17 again, plus
That was a good movie. Very strange.
22.
22. Okay. With a 22, you're able to slip it in the bag without much notice. But now you know how it opens.
Yeah. And again, the last 5 pages.
The last 5 pages.
That's what I said.
Damn. Okay. Wait, as in more than what I read to you?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Emma, I'm going to take every opportunity you can get to suss out what's going on with you now.
Okay. Oh no.
What?
Let me read this before I send it to you.
You can't cheat.
I'm not cheating. Okay, then let me see. Oh no, Lily. Okay.
Just playing the game, Emma.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one more some of the earlier letters as well then. So it seems that this is correspondence from Yunel's most recent sort of outreach to this woman.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts about a year ago. And it says, Madame Laratrice, I apologize for disturbing your isolation, but I am in desperate need of guidance. You told me to contact you if I ever strayed from my path. I have strayed, madam, and I fear it has ruined my progress. I have recently reconnected with my adolescent love after 1.5 years of separation. His attention makes me feel as if I ought to throw away all that I have been working towards since the loss of my parents. He questions my faith, and yet I cannot find it in me to admonish him or cut him from my life. I have seen him only twice, but each meeting has been potent. And I sought out his flesh, and while I told myself it was without feeling, and thus permissible by Our Lady's word, I fear I was wrong. I still love him, like I did as a teenager, and I fear without guidance I may act on my feelings. That's the first letter.
Mm-hmm.
And the second, which is the reply before you see that there are 2 replies in a row.
Okay.
So both of these are from Madame Laratrice, and they link up to each other. Mm-hmm. While transgressions of the flesh can be forgiven, transgressions of the heart are far more serious offences. I fear that overexposure to this man will cause you further strife and distance you from the Dark Lady's embrace. Remember, her love for you is all-encompassing. She loves your darkness and your light. This man, mortal as he is, could never hope to understand the depth of your suffering and still love you. His love will always be superficial compared to that of Our Lady. You have said to me that you felt compelled to care for him due to the close friendship you formed in your youth and the relationship you forged in your young adulthood. As hard as it may be, I believe that any proximity with this man will only harm your progress. I say you must cut him from you like you would a ruptured appendix. You have sinned, but with prayer you can be forgiven for your treachery. Manners of repentance. Midnight prayers no less than 4 hours until our next correspondence. Punishments. You may not partake in solid food until the next full moon. You may not engage in social activity beyond that which is necessitated by your station until the next full moon. Be always devoted, your lady watches, Madame Laratrice.
Those letters I managed to get.
Yeah. And then the next one is the first one I read to you, which is, word has reached me, you're in ill health.
Is it after not having solid food?
No shit.
Oh, God.
But these seem to have started, Valis, you recall, 1.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So when was that? Roughly after the second time that you met with Yanel. Not the Regency appointment, but the time that Yanel came to Calcon.
Yeah. Okay. What would he do? I think, given the information he now has, I would like to use one of the minutes of my sending stones.
Okay.
And I'd like to send a message to Corvius
Okay.
in the High Solarian.
Gorgeous. Okay. Right. You do this. You pick up your sending stone, you wrap the cord, which has obviously a connection to Corvius. Boy! Bluey has been summoned from the ether, like, I am here, the spirit of Corvius.
I'd like to contact Corvius.
Okay.
I don't care what time of night it is or early morning.
For sure. You don't even really know what time of day it is on the material plane. So you tell me.
Okay. Corvius. 3, 2, 1, testing.
Boy! What on earth are you doing, disrupting me at such an ungodly hour?
What is the hour?
4 p.m.
My sincere great apologies. I have a favor to ask.
Oh, ask it, boy of mine.
You have access to some big dusty books and a big brain.
Dude.
Can you maybe get me some information on the Night Singer?
The Night Singer. Religion is not exactly my purview, boy, but I will see what I can do.
It was a library, right?
Yes.
You can do research.
Yes.
That's what you like doing.
Yes. Don't you reach out to your father? He might have more free time on his hands.
Well, I would like to come to you first.
Because you respect your elders, yes, boy, of course. Quite. When do you need this information by, boy?
ASAP.
Understood.
Yeah, particularly would like to know what benightment would mean. Benighten? What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know yet. Give me some time and I can look into this for you.
Okay. I don't know if I think I've got the spelling right, so he spells it out for Corvius.
Speaking of which, it has been many moons since you have come to sup with me, my boy. You are my grandson of some description. And it is time that you start acting like it. I will prepare a feast for you and your dear friends.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll try and plan that ASAP.
It is, and it is lonely here. Your fathers have not yet returned from the Messiah, so I would like some more company.
Both of them are in the Messiah?
It appears that they are still there. Why? Does this shock you? You should also be keeping in frequent contact with your family.
Valis just makes a face.
We won't be around forever. I thought that by nature of being a Malel, you would know this. It is only fair, I see, that you will spend your time respecting your elders and forging connections rather than breaking them. Perhaps it would be suitable for you and perhaps your partner to return to the High Solarian like you once did and study here under my tutelage.
I'm 64.
And you can be a student of any age.
I will take that under consideration. But if you could get that information to me, I will try and pencil in a date to come and see you.
I will not barter for your time, Valis. I would like it if you meant that you wanted to see me.
I do mean it.
Indeed. Well, goodbye then.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting you at 4 p.m.
It's all right, I will return to sleep.
He puts it down, he's like, I ain't calling my dad, and storms back out.
I've missed Corvius. That's great.
Nothing wrong, comes back.
Mm.
Sorry for the extended toilet trip.
What did you eat?
With the eggs, Eowyn was right.
Damn it.
Can we take a little break?
Of course we can. So we can take a little break as we deal with the fallout of what the fuck Orange did.
Yeah.
Nizana has words for you, darling.
Oh no. It's not good when Nizana has words for people.
Oh no! I assume she'll have actions as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's usually not bad. It's usually
That's really funny.
actions speak louder than words.
Okay, awesome. That's
Okay,
fine.
thank you.
All right, then should we come back at 12:30?
20. All right. Yeah.
Okay. See you in a
Thank
bit.
you.
So, Vass, you finished taking your shit and return to the group. Oren, Nizana has been watching you as the kind of chaos unfolds. Zara looks uncomfortable, but is no longer like seething, and is keeping her distance from you, and has told some of the people to keep them the fuck away from me. Vasia is also unsure now.
Hello, I'm here, but my camera's not wanting to work.
That's fine,
so-
Dora.
Hello.
You can just pop it on when you're ready if you want to.
When I get to work.
That's okay, take your time. There is a little bit of chaos. After a while, Nizana just holds up her hands and just says, "Stop this. The Sisterhood wants interesting people. Perhaps this is what makes you interesting. Thought it was the jelly."
Jelly is good for spa days.
Hello again, Valis. Glad you finished shitting.
That was great timing.
Abby, did you miss what was just said?
I don't think I did, no.
Nizana said, "Thank you for joining us." Wait, what did Nizana say?
Thank you for joining us, Valis. I'm glad you finished it.
Oh.
And to give you an idea of what you missed, Valis went through Yanel's diary, a prayer book, and found some letters, which only Valis has read the contents of, so it's okay that you haven't seen all of that.
But they're a bit disturbing.
Disturbing, that is, yeah.
Punishments for transgressions of the heart could include no solid food until some
The
next
full moon.
time.
Doggy!
It was with me for a second, and then
He's like, "No,
what
freedom."
to do.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. Valis rejoins you, and Nizana says, "We cannot confront this now. We must rest tonight. Oran, when we get back topside, we will have a discussion. Zara, you are being relegated to search and rescue. You cannot be on the front line if your life is potentially at risk."
Unless that's what the prophecy wants you to do.
Or what do you say I do?
I'm not the leader.
You clearly want to be. Posturing around, forcing me to take care of these babies.
They're not babies. They're at least children.
I think from Oran being sort of like very slouched, even though they're not a child, I think that they feel very childlike in that they've done something wrong.
Yeah.
It has that effect on you.
Mm-hmm. We rest. We rest now. Tomorrow we have a long walk. We can call off and ask our questions then. But by evening, we must be ready. Because if we come across the Sisterhood, we have to be ready to take them out before they turn their sights on us, on you. Truth Singer.
That's a pretty cool name. You should adopt that.
Truth Singer. Ophelia and Valis. Truth Singer is a name which comes up in Underdark society occasionally, as well as some religions, fringe religions topside. the idea that there are like oracles or diviners who can sing the truth. Lolth's worship is often sung like a chorus, and that is why it's applicable mostly to drow religions, but this is not an exclusive term, and the two of you probably would have come across it, considering your connections to the Underdark, and Ophelia, considering your education background.
That's actually a really good point. I would like to talk to Ophelia before we rest.
Okay. So you guys can all settle down. The bridge that was formed between you seemed to have crumbled. Even Varsia goes to rest at their side of the camp, and there is a awkwardness as everyone lies to rest, and watches are organised. None of you, perhaps to your relief, perhaps to your detriment, are trusted with watches. It's only the mask members, which means you get a full night's sleep. Huzzah!
Yay.
Ross will probably take a watch of the group.
Yeah.
At some point.
That's fine, if you want to.
Could I pull Ophelia aside before we go to bed?
Mm-hmm. Please do.
He sidles up, like, takes your goggles off your eyes. Hey.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you from the rearticulation of whatever that is.
Fun.
Yeah, I have a question for the more educated one among us, you could say.
Yeah, what's up?
Just checks that Yunel's nowhere in earshot.
Yunel is sorting out their pack and getting the shackles out.
Right, so, Ellie, do you know what this word means? And he shows you benightenment.
It's enlightenment, like enlightenment, but with like night in there.
Yeah, it's exactly it's the exact opposite to enlightenment.
So,
Benightedness or benightenment.
if someone was to be benighted in the Church of Shah, what does that mean?
Well, I would assume that it's some sort of like Ellie is making these like fingers coming together kind of gesture, like you know, oneness with like a deity, or you know.
So does that mean like, okay, what do you know about Shah? Because I know that you know a lot about things. I don't know that much about things, but I know things about things that make sense to me. So these things to do with Shah. Do you know anything about Shah?
Just to clarify with DM,
Yes.
I know about like that she's like what would I know about Shar?
Shah. You would know her by three names: Shah, the Lady of Loss, and the Night Singer. You surely know that there are other names involved in there, but those are the three that come to mind to you. She's a greater deity. Some of her portfolios include. So let me just think. I'm just trying to think. Where are they? Sorry, hang on. I don't know why this is. My notes have gone crazy. Where are you? Personality. Loss, memory. Then there's also sort of winter, dark, night, hidden pain, that kind of thing. She has a connection to Selûne. In this world, you know that sometimes good-aligned and evil-aligned deities are worshipped in tandem by groups who sort of seek balance, which is what happened with Tiamat and Bahamut. There are some kind of like recordings of Sharan temples across the globe. Most commonly, though, what happens, have you ever heard, you know how a cuckoo will come to roost its eggs in another bird's nest? sometimes what tends to happen with deities such as Shah, and you've seen happen through your archaeological digs, just how you know this, is that deities who fall out of favor, who have similar domains to Shah, often Sharans will sort of like roost in those former temples and kind of grow their influence from there in small, very small enclaves. It's not 100% like Baldur's Gate where there's like a whole place you can just go. It's much more hidden away and quiet, isolated.
Ophelia.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. Benightenment as a term relating to Shah you wouldn't have heard of, but you can make guesses, which you feel comfortable doing.
Yeah, so Ophelia will kind of unload all of this very like book knowledge, kind of speculating about, you know, if enlightenment is, you know, attuning to, like, say, a higher state. I assume that enlightenment would be a similar sort of state, just, you know, towards the dark.
Yeah. Benightenment.
Benightenment.
Benightenment, yeah. Or benightedness.
Benightedness. Yeah. I'm
Either
looking at it right off of my page and still screwing it up, so.
That's okay, don't worry. Take your time.
I spelled it wrong the first time. Okay. Thank you for the information. If you have a working theory on what benightenment, you know, could mean for Sharon, I would love Barrett's philosophical ideas of you.
I mean, I feel like it would be more prudent to potentially seek out, you know, since it seems like they worship her.
No, all about this. Just you and me.
Okay. Yeah, they did seem kind of private about it.
Yeah. So we should just respect that, you know, and not burden them with this. Yeah, agreed. Cool.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Cool. Can I use your bones for a sec?
Which ones?
The tossy answer ones.
Yeah, sure.
That's so funny.
Ellie just like passes them over. Cool. Initially would have started just like pulling out random bones from like their bag.
Can I borrow your bones? Pulls out a full cat skeleton.
No. The ones that... Okay, he starts shaking them. He's like, "Dear bones, bones of the underdog, oh good bones. Is benightenment a bad thing?" And he throws them. Yeah.
Okay. Depends who you're asking, doesn't it?
Balance is asking.
Depends who you're asking.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ophelia would actually point that out. It's like, I mean, really, at the end of the day, what is good and what is bad? But kind of like arbitrary definitions of...
Try again.
Dear bones, according to me and my wants and needs in life and Yanel's well-being, is benightenment a good thing? He throws them. Bad thing.
You sort of read the bones, and signs point to no.
Not a good thing.
Not a good thing. And that is your expenditure of the wheel, the woe augury for today.
Picks up the bones, gives them back to Ophelia. Thank you.
Goes to Nell. I've consulted the bones.
Yeah, he marches over to Yanel, who's by their pack.
Hi, Valis.
Mm-hmm. He squats down. Yeah, I think you should find a different religion. I've been really considering this carefully. There's so many better options. There is... there are other options.
Why bring this up now?
Because I asked the bones if Shah was a good thing, and they said no.
Valis, we've had a long day. Let's just leave this for
No,
now.
I'm gonna trust the boys though, because we've got Oran, who is like a cool oracle. That's pretty cool. And now we have the bones. So signs are pointing to trusting divination right now. I think this is a really good turning point for you.
Valis, I don't want to leave Shah.
But how could we convince you to leave Shah?
You're asking me.
What if we gave you a sun lamp? And then it would never be dark.
Valis, are we going to talk about this here? I mean, there's.
I'm just saying, we need to start the conversation sometime.
So now you want to start a conversation.
Nell's breaking away from Shah. It's a great opportunity.
Valis, I have considered other deities in the past, but Shah has my best interests at heart.
I don't think she does though.
You've never thought that she does, but she's protected you. She's accepted that I need to protect you.
But why is she protecting me? It feels a little bit manipulative, you know?
I just don't see it that way. She knows you're important to me and has made allowances for me.
Shah pokes Yannel's forehead. Doesn't want you to have friends.
That's not true. That's not true, Valis.
If you keep following Shah, you're not going to be able to be friends with any of us.
Well, I will be. Besides, I don't... Okay, it doesn't matter. The way things are, the way things stand, I don't have space for this. I have space for you. I have space for her.
Well, I don't want to be protected by Shah's magic, so...
Valis, I can't just change deities. It doesn't work that way. Not for anyone. You don't just go to a temple and ask for magic. And
you don't even need magic. We could train you, you know? You could pick up a morning star or something. A flail.
I've tried training. I've trained with my uncles. I've trained in the arcane. I did try and fight, but Zarina was the better swords person.
You don't need to be strong to be a good fighter. Look at me.
I'm not fast. I don't have the instinct for blood and violence. I have the instinct for this. Oren?
Is this conversation happening within earshot of everybody?
Valis?
It would be in a language you don't understand. So you
Shit.
can hear them, but it's in a language you don't know. So maybe
Erwin would understand.
Would understand it.
I will, not knowing what conversation is happening, but wanting the best for both of you, Warren sings "Best of luck to you both" and gives you both bardic inspirations.
Aw, cutie. That's so funny.
Thank you, I'm ready then.
So, Erwin, you can understand this conversation fairly well, I would say. But you're the only one in the team, just in case you do have anything you want to write down or chime in. I think Yannel just says, Valis, please trust that I've done my due diligence.
I don't think so. I think you're being manipulated, and I think it's going to end really badly.
And what if I am? What then?
Then you need to cut those people out.
And then what do I have?
Me. And all these lovely people. And tea. Everyone has lots of tea. You'll always have tea. Oh, Abby, can't hear you.
I have lots of tea.
And you know, Sean and Zarina are just busy. Their dad's really sick. They're doing nothing with him. And Loran's a bit of an arsehole. So let's just cross him off the list.
Small interjection that the music is a little loud.
Okay. I'll turn it down.
It's getting very dramatic.
Is that better?
Yeah, sounds good.
And you've got someone who can tell the future, like kind of points towards Loran. It's pretty sick.
Valis. We're not going to do this here. We can talk about this topside.
He kind of reaches out and pulls Yanel into a grumpy hug. Gives him a little shake. Why don't you listen to me?
I can't. Look, Valis, you want to be down here with the masks. You have shown me that your priorities are here.
I can have multiple priorities, you know.
Okay, then tell me then.
It's a really good question, Anna. Just posted in the chat. Is Yanel continuing in that arts tradition of following dodgy death deities?
Oh my god, that's so funny. I didn't think about that. Ask me this then, Valis. Think of the two things you hold dearest in this world. Okay? More than anything else.
Okay.
Whether those are people, objects, people would probably work best. What would you do if you had to choose?
You don't always have to choose, you know. You're being very fatalist.
I don't want you to be the only thing in my life.
That's why you've got all these great friends. When you lose your horns again, I know Ellie will love to take one. That one's from Eurasia. That's like next to the Messiah. It's not that far.
I don't want to trade something that I've kept close here for years for people I've met for a couple of hours on a whim.
The thing you're keeping close here is bad.
How do you know that?
Because it's Shah. How could it possibly be good?
I don't think you understand.
I do understand.
You don't understand, Valis. You have so many people around you who care about you, who want the best for you and love you. You don't understand. what it's like. I prefer to be alone anyway. I would rather be alone.
But you're a liar. You never preferred to be alone. You always trailed after people. You went after me. You went after Zarina. You liked being around people until your parents died. Then you didn't want anyone.
I really don't want to do this now.
Fine. He gets up. I'm going to go sleep over there. He points to the other side of the camp.
You can't go sleep over there because we have to sleep shackled together.
Well, I will sleep as far as the shackles go. To show you my point. How far do the shackles go?
1.5 meters.
I will sleep 1.5 meters away.
All right. Then we'll put the shackle on your wrist.
Vala starts cursing in Undercommon, which I don't know if any of you speak, and he just jumps into his bedroll and folds his arms and rolls away.
And if either of you are making a check in the next 8 minutes or something like that, a saving throw, just so you know, just you have little.
Yanel will make an investigation check an insight check to see whether they pissed off Valis. They're going to use their bardic inspiration.
A D6.
Is Valis pissed off?
Yeah.
Sick.
Valis is going to use his to yank Yanel's arm and roll him over.
No.
Bardic inspiration. I'm going to say 15, 14, 15. Just to make them flop onto the side they didn't want to sleep on.
What the fuck? Yanel yanks you back.
They start just a war between them.
Wait. 12.
Ow. Does it again.
Fuck you! 10! Ah!
14 again.
Damn it! Nizana shouts, "Stop your weird sex games!"
It's not.
Right.
Not weird.
It's not weird.
Down,
Sex
children.
game. Right.
Righty.
Okay. You guys have a long rest.
The two oldest people in the fight. It's childish.
Yeah. Mentally youngest, physically oldest. Right. So you guys take a long rest and all of you level up to level 2. Yay!
Yay! Oh my god. Well, that's good because the page updated when I did that. Alrighty.
Huzzah. Well done, guys. How do you feel about being level 2?
Slightly less squishy.
Slightly less squishy.
And level 2 is still very squishy.
Yeah.
Hey, Emma.
Yes.
Did Oren already receive the cloak of billowing?
You have,
that-
yes.
All right. Okay. What was the origin of that?
The origin of that was it's something that you've had since you've been touring to make your tour look even cooler.
I'm on 20 HP now.
I'm on 12.
Well, that's broken, Emma. You need to manually roll it.
Oh yeah, I'm joking. I don't have a character.
Yeah, if if anyone does this, it is a glitch on some people's D&D Beyond. If you notice that your HP only go up by like 1 or 2, it's a glitch on the site, and it will only ever roll the lowest amount of dice. So I would roll it manually and then add it to your HP. So I don't know why, but certain people's D&D Beyond get really weird.
Mm-hmm.
So if say you're on 12 HP and then you level up and it stays on 12 or it goes to like 13,
Okay, well there you go.
there's an issue with your
Is that just it's adding the so if you do manual? I thought it was the case that if you did manual rolls, then it adds the Constitution modifier that comes with the level up, but it won't add the manual roll because it'll then assume
it's some kind of issue, and it will continue as you level up. I have that issue with my paladin. where she was actually getting lower HP with each level. I don't know what it is. So
everyone check your HPs and you can
just keep an eye
reroll
on
2s
it.
or 1s.
And if it seems like weirdly
2s or
low,
1s.
just
Right, so you guys wake up.
little shrimp. Ah,
You guys wake up all against your will. Oh my god.
I love it.
Okay. You guys wake up to something strange flickering by your eyes. And you see this double-nosed, shrimp-eyed creature made of bones.
Breakfast.
Yeah. I did
Circling your head in sleep. Ophelia is getting its grown and mind of its own. Obsessed with that, first of all. But as you awake, you hear already the groups up and about, packing up the camp. And breakfast, it seems, is taken on the way. There is no sitting down and waiting.
Valis is really disappointed when he realizes that the flying shrimp is just bones and not edible. Wow.
Yeah, it makes the little like dry bones sound from Mario.
Oh.
Them bones, them bones, them dry bones.
So, in the
I'm
interest
not talking to you now.
of time, I'm not talking to you first.
Erwin, please tell Yanel to stay at least a meter and a half away from me.
To at least what?
To stay at least a meter and a half away from me.
Well, if you're going to stay shackled.
We don't have to be shackled during the day.
Not shackled during the day. That's so. That would be weird.
Yeah, it'd be like wearing like a leash or something, which has never happened before.
Okay.
I don't want anything to do with you.
You two are very.
Erwin, can you tell Valis that he's being annoying and rude?
How about I
And
tell you you're both being annoying and rude, and if you just stop squabbling, so we can get on with what we need to get on with.
So correct. I've never heard a more astute assumption. We're both being... Wait, no, we're both being annoying and rude?
You're both being very annoying.
Huh.
Well, that means you too, Valis.
Yeah, but I get called annoying all the time. How often do you get called annoying?
No one calls me
Must be a lot
anything, because
more.
no one talks to me!
People talking to you right now. In fact, I'm talking to you, and I said I wouldn't talk to you, and he walks ahead.
Whose fault is that? That's your fault! Yanel carries on. Nizana approaches you all and says, right, I don't know what's happening over here, but you, points Ophelia, and Valis, you're coming up front with me. Valis, you're scouting.
Great.
Ophelia, I want to get the measure of you. Stay by my side. What the fuck is that, looking at the bones?
It is an anomalous shrimp. I'm gonna call it Anomalocaris, which just means anomalous shrimp.
Oh, it's so cute.
I love how instead of calling it just anomalous shrimp, you gave it an even longer scientific name as its name.
Anomalocaris. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
so
you know what?
cute.
I'm so sorry. I was gonna say I'm gonna call it Abby Normal, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do that because
Abby.
yeah.
You can, it's fine. It's a young Frankenstein.
There's a character called Anna from the other campaign, so we can do this.
I will allow a young Frankenstein reference any day.
That's...
Valis,
So you guys...
would you like to take Abby scouting with you?
Is Abby going to attract attention to me by scouting?
How does Abby work?
Yeah.
Ophelia?
I did actually I just posted the homunculus servant notes in my character
I see it.
notes.
Fantastic. Oh my god. Oh my god. Advert. Dear god. Sorry, this is an advert thing.
Very cool.
For just 3 payments of $9.99.
$9.99. Pleasure.
Is that a common ad you got there?
It's got a perception of +4 and a stealth of +4. So
I could use that.
You could use that.
ideally,
I would like
it will not, cause any adverse stuff. It has a passive perception of 14 and 60 foot of dark vision.
Valis will ask you, Ellie, like, do you think Yanel thinks this is cool? Do you think they want it?
I mean, it is objectively cool, so it just depends on whether or not thinks that it is objectively cool.
Okay.
It is.
Well, then I'm taking it from Yanel. He takes Abby normal and puts it on his shoulder. That makes me the best. And he walks ahead.
Yes, he like, fuck.
This is a strange energy to assemble to.
Avengers assemble, but be annoyed about it. Oran, Nizana looks at you and says, previously I allowed you to choose your position. I'm revoking this right, at least until we arrive at the Sisterhood encampment. You will stay with search and rescue. That means Vasia is who you speak to if you need instruction, and I am not available. Understood?
Understood. Thank you.
You carry things in your gooey jelly body.
Yes,
you can carry things.
Yes.
Right. We move on, leave no trace. And she motions forwards for the rest of you to all approach. And one by one, with the masks in tow, you all leave the camp area, taking the mountain path back the way you came, though obviously not quite as you approached. With this many people, you are split into smaller groups to scout ahead. Valis, that includes you.
Myself?
You are by yourself except for the homunculus.
Nice.
Sent further ahead, you'll have, I believe, advantage on stealth then, if there's
He
an
does
assistant
occasionally
creature.
talk to the homunculus.
What do you
You don't
say?
know what he says.
Does Ellie hear this through the homunculus?
Ellie does have a telepathic bond with the homunculus, so yes.
Can you speak Undercommon?
No.
You can have some possible undercommon if you want to. Like, omelette du fromage.
Question. Would Valis have taught Ellie swear words in Undercommon?
Yeah.
Then that is all that Ellie knows.
Yeah, you do get a few swear words in there. He doesn't seem to know that you can hear what he's saying, but he seems to be very annoyed.
For us, for players, what is Valis saying?
Like, you fucking now thinks that Shala is the best thing since he's like just going on and on about it.
Best things since sliced bread.
Best thing. I'm better than Char. I'm more fun than Char. Like that kind of thing.
Oh,
Shrimp bones.
by the way, Emma, the potion that we were given, the potion of healing, is that just like the smallest
Yes,
healing
tis.
one?
Standard
All right.
Baby one.
Baby one, please. And it's a bonus action to chug a potion in this
Okay.
in this world, of course, as you all know. So, as you scout, Valis, you're scouting ahead. You're making good progress. Ophelia, Nazana is keeping you very close. She seems to have singled you out as the non-combatant. With Erwin and Yanel being low in her esteems, Oran being a problem. You, however, have slipped through the ranks and made your way to her side. Good for you. And as she's walking, and the path widens enough for you to walk abreast, she says, "So, how did you come to know Valis?"
We went to school together, kind of.
He went to school?
Rude.
You went to school?
Yeah.
No, you have more of an air of intelligence than he does. That's it then. Fair enough. And what is your specialty?
History,
Other than-
typically ancient. Everything that's recent I find kind of dull.
So nothing, then, really. What is your use down here?
I
mean?
also didn't like modern history.
What is my use down here? I'm good at survival, finding interesting things, and I can throw a punch.
Fair enough. I find it hard to trust those who are not my own kind, but perhaps I'll make an exception for you.
You too are a scary woman.
Woman adjacent.
Scary femme. Sky identifies as a scary femme.
Did he tell you much about the Sisterhood before?
Just that
Or
they
not really?
do stuff that's not good.
I see why you were friends.
I was literally thinking that. I was like, that's exactly the answer. You just like, it's not good.
Right.
You're welcome to talk more about them. I'm always keen to learn.
The Sisterhood. Children of importance. The last of a bloodline or a royal family. The magically inclined, unusual. I suppose Oran suits those criteria. If they've been around for 10 years, I can see they might have confused them for being a 10-year-old. Perhaps they were anticipating a smaller prize.
Emma, here's a question.
I am Emma.
Would
Yes.
I have any reason to believe that they how long, like, basically, would the Sisterhood have appeared in like any ancient ruins, like any like traces of them?
How long have they been
dating-
around?
Yeah, extremely far back.
Okay. I mean, something you are as a certain bit of history is someone who can recall a lot of knowledge very fast. So roll me a history check with advantage.
That is an 18.
18. So you think back on some of the larger magical cataclysms and important historical events of your time. And there's always a messiah, a martyr, a person of magical significance who comes to the forefront of your mind, who seems just particularly well placed. You also know that there are countless rites of ancient blood rituals, ancient fringe organizations who search for hyper-specific things in their prophets, in their disciples, their speakers of magic and arcanists. You can conjure in just a moment countless examples from history where you imagine maybe a young person of an unusual background who just happened to be at the right place at the right time could have been placed by someone like this. And not always good. Yes, there are some people who have saved the universe, but there are also awful things that have happened. Who's to say those weren't the work of people who would have contracted the Sisterhood to give them a child of magic? I think things that come to mind are the fragmentation. You know, the Sisterhood was lightly involved due to the proximity of so many like rare bloodlines. And then before that, the Dragon Plague, where 7 amazing, talented, unique, show-stopping individuals came together and were able to defeat or seal away dragons from this world, supposedly for good. So, who knows? Possibly.
Do I think that they would have actually potentially provided the original like Yuan Ti with people for their blood rituals? Which is essentially how the Yuan Ti came about, was that they were people that were like, and they were created artificially via magic to make them more snake-like.
Obviously that's from like D&D,
Yeah.
like Faerunian kind of lore. So if that is what Ophelia's understanding of the history of Yuan-Ti is,
I was
then
just curious if
one-
that would be something that like would have been.
that could be one theory.
Yeah.
But obviously, as with all D&D, just because there is a one theory and understanding of how things happened out there doesn't mean there's not another you could uncover later
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
But yes, you think potentially. And you could ask Nizana if there are any instances of the Sisterhood being seen outside of the Underdark. And she'll be able to give you an answer.
I think Ophelia would definitely list off a couple of the examples, like the fragmentation and the dragon plague of, historical significance where they could have been relevant.
I think that Nizana would say the Sisterhood is a scourge. They are an infection. They can be found everywhere. Every plane, every country has a link.
Every plane.
Everywhere. No one is safe. And the masks are only one of many. We are the best because we are drow women. But we are just one of many who make it their mission to destroy their hold. So long as they operate, they control or have the capacity to control everything. Think of how much easier it would be to disable plots, cataclysmic events, if rather than going through a highly trained secretive organization to find their messiahs, these arcanists, fringe groups, heretics, extremists had to come out of the shadows themselves and search on the ground. They would be discovered in minutes. They do not have the skill level. After relying on these people for so long, we could take them down, destroy every single one.
An admirable goal.
It is. We just need to figure out how they're communicating. That is the last key. How they're communicating. Where, if any, their headquarters would be. We've never found it.
If we could disrupt their logistical lines, we could certainly...
That is what we do. Usually that's our mission. We follow them. Learn their movements, learn their patterns, break them. You could do it. Though, of course, it would mean leaving those other three. It's up to you. And as you're walking, Nizana looks back at Oran, Erwin, and Yanel, who have been relegated again to the back of the group. Do you have anything you want to say to that?
I appreciate the offer.
No, it stands.
I hope
You would need training, but who knows? I think you could go far.
I'll take it into consideration. It's not my typical kind of job.
Understood. And your typical kind of job is digging?
Investigating the mysteries of history.
If you ever want some more hands-on, life-saving missions, those may be more important. And she takes a step ahead of you. The conversation seems to be over. but she's left you with a lot to think about. And after about an hour or so, Valis, of scouting and finding very little ahead to block your path, you guys come to that mountain road, which you left only a day or so ago. Oran, you see those same tracks from your family's caravan, undisturbed as you left them only a day or so ago. And with one hand aloft, Nizana summons more than half of the team to her side, and they begin to investigate the surrounding area. And slowly but surely you make your way deeper into the Underdark, down, spiraling along these cavern walls, ever circling this blackened pit in the middle of this cavern, at the bottom of which you can see bluish fungi sprinkling like stars, reflected from the night sky. But you're completely enclosed. There is no sky here. Eowyn.
Mm-hmm.
Zara, the person who has been noted out for death by Oran, takes control of the search and rescue team. Stepping back, she motions for you two to Yanel, and Oran to follow. And you are led to a small kind of like dip in the rock. And she just says, separate rations, give them to everyone. Got to stay fit. Once everyone else has eaten, you may. And leaves you three there. And, kicks their foot in the ground. Fucking, you may. And looks at the other drow and says, they don't trust you, Orin. Not anymore. Though they look at you, they don't like you. I mean, they don't trust you'll keep your cool, I think.
Keep my cool. As in, like, they think I'll get angry? Yeah.
I don't know, I suppose, maybe. Anything's possible. Are you hungry?
Yeah, I should be. I'm not sure I feel particularly hungry.
Do they have to pass the rations out to everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Minel will kind of help you guys put together a tray also of rations, and you guys can head out to the group and start giving away everything.
When I see them, I'm like, oh, what cute little waitresses.
Minel gives you the middle finger.
Maybe they prefer maids.
I'll just flick
Minel
my
gives you
hair
two
behind
middle
your
fingers and drops the tray.
Not a very good maid,
Ooh, if I'm in range, can I
First
try
time
to
I've ever
catch
heard
it?
Yeah, sure.
I would like to try and catch it with a mage hand.
Do it.
It looks like just it looks like a
Looks like a
skeletal
bone
hand.
hand.
Yeah, it looks
that's
like a
what I
bone
thought.
hand that just
That's what I
appears in
thought,
thin air.
Ophelia. I'm not surprised.
Got bones?
Got
they don't have to
bones?
be yours.
Ah! They look like bones. Every bone looks like it's from a slightly different creature. You are. I think. You know what? Dexterity check. God, I really want some Doritos. Nice.
So that is a 19 plus 3.
22. So you go and catch the rations, and Yanel gives you a thankful look. Thanks. Picks up the tray.
You're welcome.
4 out of 10, you know.
They throw rations at you, and
He
then
captures all of them.
and then pass them to you, Ophelia, and then head back. Oran, a lot of people seem to be hesitant to take them from you, so you take a little longer passing around, but eventually you clear your tray. But regardless, Erwin, you and Yanel are the first to sit down and eat. Actually, take a bite.
Best maid
Before-
award goes to Erwin. Passing out the rations the quickest.
What's going? Can you stop? Stop fighting like little children for once. What's going on?
Sorry, Mom.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Are you directing that at Yanel or at Valis, or
Yanel.
both?
You know.
Yanel. I don't know. I don't know what to do with him.
He's juggling eggs over in there.
Oh God, he's struggling eggs.
I would like to
He keeps trying to tear my life apart. He's just struggling eggs.
Are they boiled eggs?
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
Yeah, Ellie wants to snatch an egg.
It's
for
done.
Eating purposes.
You know what? At this stage, you guys just do it. I think
Yeah.
you've got this routine all jigged out.
He can also lob them at you. Like, catch them, unhinge your jaw.
Yeah, Ellie will 100% unhinge the jaw. Like, you see that like line in the art where like her
Yes.
cheekbone. Yeah, that just actually fully unhinged.
He's having a great time.
Sweet.
Yanel will look over at you, Owen, and just say, I don't know why I'm upset. It's my fault. But I wish he'd just at least let me be with when it comes to my deity. That's it. It's nothing else really. It's just
Nothing else about him bothers me.
and he's pushing places where I don't it's just not meant to push. I can't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. How are you holding up?
Okay, I guess. I'd rather be eating better food and drinking nicer tea, but
You
we
can
do what we
come.
must.
You can come for tea at my place when we go back topside. I don't mean the palace. I'm sure you have enough tea there with Zarina and so on anyway.
Oh, it's been a
You
while.
see much of
since
her recently?
Not really, no. Not. She's been a bit distant, if I'm honest. I'm not too sure why, but well, I might know, but figuring it out.
In fact, when you remember one of the last times you spent extended time with her was a year and a half ago. You went to an arts festival with her in Keriat over the summer, which is actually just finished recently. Where you guys went to theatre and drank lovely wine and ate delicious food and partied until very late.
Emma.
Yeah.
As they're talking, an egg just sails over and splats between them.
Can you stop acting like an absolute child for once?
Also, waste of a fucking egg.
Yes, exactly.
Waste of an egg. I'm a waste of an egg. Anyway,
What?
what? You can't. Don't talk to me.
It's fine, the rock is clean, you can just lick it up.
Keep your weird kinks to yourself, Alice. And once privacy is re-established,
Like, fine, walks away.
Yanel will ask, Zarina told me a while ago you meant to study in Akiriri. Were you looking to study healing? You just
Yeah.
seemed interested in that ghoul from the other day.
Well, there are many reasons why I was interested in that ghoul. I have my own reasons for why I'm studying something new, I suppose.
What do you study now?
Necromancy.
Yeah, not sure if I should say it if it's frowned upon, but yeah. You're just in the
I'm
background
Shaman.
going, necromancy!
You are also the regent of the Messiah, where
That's true.
Check it
stuff
out.
is highly illegal.
This is slay true. Yanel just says, I'm a Sharon. It takes a lot for me to judge.
Well, I guess you're familiar with loss then. But yes, I lost someone and I would like to have them back. And I'm not sure how far I'll go, to be honest, to get him back. But I need him back. Might be why I'm a bit salty as well, but I never used to be like this.
And people. How many? I mean, you're running out of time. 10 days is the limit for.
I've already run out of time, but we'll find him. Yeah, I need to find a way. I need him back. There's no question.
It's not possible. You know that, right?
I'll find a way. There has to be a way.
I know there's not. Just so you're aware. You know why I'm the regent. You think I haven't? You think I haven't thought of bringing my parents back? I don't want to be on the throne. I wasn't the one Sylvanas chose. It's a rule. If I could, I would. There's a lot I would change, but you can't think that way. But you can get to know your pain. You can
indoctrinate Erwin.
There are ways you can cope with loss without needing to rely on resurrection, and you can. I know that in fact there are ways you can meet with your loved ones
sails
again.
through the air and hits you.
Ow! Fuck you, Valis.
You just looked like you were getting weird indoctrination.
Go away!
Yes,
I'm
I
doing
don't want to be indoctrinated into some church.
You know, we'll lean in very close and
Have
just
you
say,
heard about Goddess?
Have you heard
I'm not
my
saying-
Lady of Loss? My name is Shadow.
I can share some of my prayers with you if you like, but I understand it's very personal. But I mean,
Prayers of. Do your prayers help you?
they do hurt me, but they help me as well. I don't know if I would wish this on anyone else. This pain.
No. Which is why your squabbling with Valis irks me so much. Do you love him? Or is it just a casual thing?
Yeah, you know.
I mean, I'm sure Zarina's mentioned there's lots of history there.
Because
It's hard to
it's
Sorry.
it's as you know, losing someone you love can be very difficult. Please stop squabbling. It's insulting.
Do you love him, you know?
Do you love him?
Actually, it's interesting, Emma. What has Serena said about their relationship to Eowyn?
Eowyn, you would have probably heard that heard from Serena. Yanel and Valis were partners for many years. And that's the extent of it, really.
Doesn't talk about you much.
I think I've just seen from your interactions with each other, there's something else going on.
I mean, Yanel, you know that Yanel's been alone for the last 2.5 years. Also.
You also get the vibe that Valis is a slut.
So you could perhaps suggest broken up, but you're not 100% sure. Because by context clues, apparently they live together. Very strange. Yanel just says, I mean, I don't know what you want me to say.
It's not like I like him or anything.
It's not broken Yanel.html. It's fine. I just we're going through some difficulties. Extended difficulties. I broke up with him, so I can't complain. If you ever want to talk to someone, just sitting quietly and not say anything. It's my preferred. We can talk. But I just one thing I wanted to know is, and it's hard. I just don't know. I need to know. Is Serena? If she's been distant from you as well, maybe there's something more going on. But we used to be very close. Did she ever speak of me? Or express anything at all to you about me?
Do I?
Abby, the answer is largely no.
No, yeah.
Not really.
I think I'm aware of you, aren't I? But no, don't really know much.
Yeah. I think I hurt her very much. I don't know how. I don't know how to fix it.
You don't know how you hurt her? Or if you've hurt her? Or maybe she's got other things going on we don't know. What?
Maybe. I just hope she's okay. And like I said, you can talk to me about your loss. You shouldn't keep it quiet. How long ago?
It's been a year. Feels like longer, but no, it's been a year.
Would you appreciate a hug? Okay, sorry. Oh, is that a no? Yeah.
Not right now, but
okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I had a feeling.
Give me time. It's been hard for me to go back to how it used to be.
I have something you can have, though.
Will it?
Might find it very strange.
Okay.
They rifle through their pack and they pull out a very small, beaten up looking kind of like creature with like it's got 8 eyes, all have been hand sewn on. It's got a very plush tummy, about 4 legs. sometimes when I'm very angry, I'll just punch it really hard. And its tummy's got a really soft, like, enchantment on it, so you can't actually hurt yourself. Or I'll scream into it. You can have it. I don't scream anymore.
That's my reaction. Not Owen. Thank you. Just look at it like
It's kind of got like bat wings and 4 legs. I made it myself.
what is it?
It's some kind of chimera. I saw it in a dream many moons past. I'm joking. I'm joking. I just cut up a bunch of different teddies and put it together. I think Ophelia would like one.
Yeah. I'll shall respectfully decline. So say maybe in the future, if I need it, I'll come to you. But if you need it, I don't want to take it away from you.
No, sorry, I shouldn't have offered it to you. No, it is weird. It's
not,
weird.
It's not weird.
No, it's a bit strange.
It's a bit strange, but it's not.
Bit odd.
It's a nice gesture, thank you. But I feel like you might need it.
I have my lady. She takes all my pain now.
Another grape.
Fuck you, Valis.
He's not even listening to your conversation. It's just every time his ears prick when he hears "my lady" or "Char."
My lady.
I have no more pain to spare now, for this abomination. But okay, if you don't know, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should get you a journal and a pen. That might be more suitable to your tastes. Maybe Ophelia wants this though. Maybe she doesn't want it. I'll keep it. Sorry.
Don't apologize. I'll come to you when the time comes where I'll need it. But thank you for the gesture.
Don't do anything rash. And sometimes death feels like a lot, but it's a drop in the ocean of what could go wrong. There are so many horrors in this world, darker things. Protect yourself from them. And eat those eggs before Valis throws them at someone. Putting it in your ration pile.
He seems to be done with the eggs.
Do we have anything other than eggs?
We have bread.
Grapes.
Grapes, yeah. I'll have more grapes. Who wants to swap my egg for grapes?
Ophelia will. But that's only if Oren doesn't want any.
Oren, Ellie, and Valis, you guys are with Visir as she's passing out the seconds, the last kind of like rations that they've got that they could spare for the day.
Yeah, I dropped my egg.
Oh no. Want me to pick it up?
You'd have to lick it off a rock.
I can do that.
Interesting.
You want to watch?
Sure.
She licks.
Oh, you
the egg
two
off the
confuse
floor.
me so much.
This isn't Yanel, this is Visir.
I have to say, so confusing.
Don't worry.
It's all good.
And Visir stands up. What do you think?
About the rock licking.
Yeah.
Bold and brave.
Brilliant. What did you think? Looking at Ellie. I think you've got some weird things going on in your head.
5 out of 10.
Ooh.
I'm
You
sure
show me a
can
better rock.
impress me.
I can throw another egg.
Throw an egg for her.
He throws another egg onto the rock.
Do it.
Erwin's just going to distract you now with some tea and be like, "Here, have a cup." Just
Don't look at them. Don't look at them.
The weird display going on behind. Here, got some more grapes.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, Ellie makes a display out of it. It's weird. Also, just a reminder that Ellie has a forked tongue, because snake.
Sick.
Vasira is staring at you. Hey. Just so you know.
I mean, I don't want to interrupt anything. Do you guys want like a little bit of a time?
No. It's all good. Not time. No time. We have to go to the Sisterhood. Fight them.
Also, Ellie did want to like have a wee conversation with Valis about Nizana's offer.
All is well. I'm not here. Oren absorbed me.
Yeah, Valis is.
I'm
happy
joking.
to chat.
Okay.
You guys can go off to a private area if you wish to.
Mhm.
This character, by the way, Vasir, is completely different to how I wrote them in my notes now. They've transformed before your
Weird,
very eyes.
Sexual lady.
Do you want to know what their every NPC has three traits beside them to give me an idea of who they are. This person is supposed to be forceful, dependable, and considerate.
I wouldn't say.
Wouldn't say it. Considerate, forceful, weird.
Yeah, change considerate for weird.
Playful, weird, considerate.
Yeah, Valis like, hey, if you want me to piss off while you hook up with the half-drow lady, that's fine. You can have her.
That's to Ellie, I think.
Yeah.
I don't mind a casual, experience.
You better tell her. She doesn't seem very casual. Very tense. I think she'll want to lick you. You lay eggs, right? No, I don't know. That's a bit of a personal question. Sorry, forget I asked.
Yeah, anyway, so Nizana invited me to join the Masks, which is certainly
Wait, serious?
an offer.
You want to join the Mars?
I don't know, I'm just kind of taking a consideration. It's really, honestly, it's just...
You know they're not like an archaeologist group, right?
I know, it's very heroic, and I'm really not. I'm really just here because, I'm helping you out.
Yeah, I mean, did she tell you about the mortality rate?
That's so funny you mentioned that, because one of the mask members was supposed to tell you guys the life expectancy of a mask member. And we missed it completely.
Because on average, it's 2 dead a mission.
What happened to that mask member who was meant to tell us about it?
They were shocked by the fact that they found out they were about to die. So, sorry, Zara. They forgot, including me.
Yeah, Valis it's like 2 dead. Usually. We cycle through a lot.
Yeah, I mean, as a former member, I thought I would just run it by your thoughts.
You've had a look around to make sure no one's nearby. Is anyone nearby ever?
It seems like we're about to move on to the next stage of the journey. Oren and Vasir
Oren
are close-ish.
has backed away since all the shenanigans between Ellie and Vasir.
Fair enough. Oren is
I don't
close.
want to be involved in that.
Oren, you can go back with Yanel and Erwin and have some tea if you need it.
Literally asexual.
Right. Slay sexual, more like.
Slay sexual. Yeah, Valis is
Living
looks
for
really
aesthetic.
Nice.
Valis looks really uncomfortable when you say that Nizana offered you a job. He's like, I think there are many better opportunities for you that don't involve working with Nizana. I don't want you to die.
To live with my... Oh my god, ace dice. That's fucking amazing.
I love them.
I went to Pride. So she's
Yeah.
she's very...
I love it.
I also have nice.
My dice.
Oh my god, I'm the only non-ace person here.
You are.
Outweighed, outmatched, outnumbered.
This is the most amount of ace people I've been around in my life.
Bizarre. That's
This
a
is
win.
very ace group, yeah.
Ophelia, how do you respond to what Valis has to say?
Does it seem like Valis is more uncomfortable with the fact that it was Nizana or the masks? Both is also an option.
It is kind of both. I think when he hears that Nizana offered you a position, he looks immediately suspicious. I would suggest no, but I can't control you. I don't think you want to work for them. I don't think you'll get what you... Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll let her know when we're done.
Yeah. Well, what else did you guys talk about?
That was pretty much it. I mean, about the Sisterhood, and then I was listening to you swear about Shar.
Did you bug me? Abby Normal, you betrayed me.
You kind of bugged yourself. Abby says in your ear.
Shrimp is bugs.
Well, I'll remember that. Thanks for telling me. That's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really intend to. You know, you were just talking to Abby, and
Yeah, who wouldn't talk to themselves and an abnormal shrimp? That's a very normal reaction to have. You know what? Think about what you've done.
I just wanted to let you know that I could hear you. So if there's a problem, like you scout something bad, you can just make sure to say it in a language that I understand, because I only understood the swear words in Shar.
Okay. Well, maybe because you bugged me without telling me, I will say it in a language you don't understand, and then by the time you get eaten by a big, I don't know.
You're at the front of the group. You're gonna get eaten first, bud.
I've never been eaten in that way.
Right, the both of you feel a hand smack the back of your heads as Nizana walks past you and breaks between you. Smack! Stop fighting, you fucking idiots!
We're not fighting, we're discussing.
Move! Move!
Please. He goes ahead.
It's insane.
And you guys carry on. Nothing is resolved and everything is annoying. Another few hours of walking.
He doesn't go, Ellie, look at her, look at her. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Ellie does actually brace because Valis said something.
He has like set signals that he would use if something was actually wrong, but you don't know about those, so he just pranks you, particularly. Using the bug that you put on him.
Oran and Erwin, you guys kind of buddy up, and Vasia, who is also with you, stays at the back with Yanel, who is helping to carry some of the medical supplies. And the four of you are kind of you guys are largely the force that make up the search and rescue team. There's only about 3 people who seem dedicatedly like part of it, but everyone here has like weapons and clearly has training. And as you're walking with Yanel and Vasia bringing up the rear, you both feel compelled to stop for a moment as you just feel a slight like shiver underfoot.
No, Emma.
And
no, it's not what we with them. No.
Shush. A slight quiver underfoot.
I played Baldur's Gate.
And
as at the
Vasia,
front, to say I feel something.
Yep. You both stop, and Vasia holds up a hand, and it's quiet. And then there's a rumble as the ground begins to quake and quiver, and Vasia grabs Yanel and grabs. Wait, they've got one other hand. Where would they even grab on Oran? Grabs you, Erwin, and pulls you both back. And you kind of like hit the ground with a thud as she curls you into the edge of the cliffside. Oran, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
And Erwin, you can make yours with advantage.
Ew.
Oh.
Ew.
It's jelly, so you'll be fine.
I don't know how that works. I think
I'm
it's
so glad you gave me advantage. I just rolled a 1.
Oh my Christ. Okay. Okay.
I got a 5.
17.
Fair enough. Great.
Natural 1. Dead.
When Yanel and Vasia are able to kind of hide away from this quake, whilst Oran, unfortunately, you are going to take 6 points
Ooh.
of bludgeoning damage as there is an eruption of stone from the ground beneath you, and a huge armored creature just kind of ruptures up from the ground and breaks through. And
Yeah, Abby and Aelin know what this is.
yep, you see what you've only seen described in stories about the Underdark and books, a bullet appear at the back of the group here. And
That's a really funny kid.
and you hear fuck. That's so funny.
Yeah,
You hear Vasir yell something in undercommon to the front of the group.
What does she yell?
She yells oh, fuck, evade! Evade! And instantly the other masked members begin to crawl up the cliffside, climbing. Ellie and Valis, I need you to make me dexterity checks as you do the same.
I'm gonna get you now.
You can get you now. Okay. So Ellie, would you mind making me a dexterity check, please, as you climb up the side of the...
Can I boost Ellie up?
You can do, yeah. Advantage.
He boosts you up, says, I'm gonna wait.
Ellie, what do you roll?
Thank you for the boost. That was an 18 plus 3, 21.
Okay. You boost up and you rush back to the rear of the group. You hear Nizana just say, "Valis, climb!" Like yelling at you.
Give me a fucking sec.
Oran, you are splayed on your back with the billet between you and the cliff wall, which is sensibly safety. You have a choice. You can try dropping down and climbing down the other edge and clinging onto the side of the cliff, or you can walk past the billet and climb up out of its way. You've got two options.
Excuse me, excuse me.
The only thing is, obviously, if you walk past the billet and leave its range, it could potentially attack you.
Yeah.
So it's up to you.
How tall is the climb?
10 feet. So you get comfortably out of its way.
And the climbing speed is half of walking, isn't it?
Yeah, you could make it 10 feet. If it's 5 feet across, 10 feet up. Speed. Yes, or left or right, up or down.
I was thinking of casting a spell, but
if you want to cast a spell to aid you, you can.
I am going to cast Descendant Whispers. That's a new one I've learnt.
You want to attack it?
Thank you.
I know nothing about this creature, bless you. Is that if...
Yeah, fair enough. Cast Dissonant Whispers, attack it.
So one action, it's a Wisdom 13 save.
Well, this is one of the ones, Emma, where you were like, I'm not going to have you guys say it's one of those.
Well, it's...
I'm going to order something because I feel a bit faint.
That's fine. Wisdom 13.
Yeah.
15 on the dice.
Shit. Okay. Okay. Then yeah, Oran's gonna. They feel bad for like okay. If they climbed up the cliff at the closest point, is it right next to everybody else, or is there some distance between them and others?
There's enough space for you to climb up there. People are just. It seems that people are trying to get out of this thing's way.
All right. I will risk.
That seems to be the major danger, rather than defending from it.
I'll risk being attacked, and I will move past the bullet and try to climb up.
Okay. It's going to bite you.
No.
Because you provoked it.
You provoked it.
This might be your lucky day. It might not be. This could be the end of Oran. Very, very quickly.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No, Oran's made of slime, so like.
All right.
Still got HP.
Does a 12 hit you?
Yeah, beats it.
Okay. Is there any way to intervene with this, or is it happening?
I was gonna say, can we roll initiative so that everybody can do a thing?
You can after this initial round is over.
I can't bardic myself, can I? That's just.
You can.
Can I?
Yes, you are a creature.
Oh no, other than you.
You can, I think, bardic yourself.
As a bonus action, the creature other than you within 60 feet can.
Okay.
Oh, it's only guidance that you can do on yourself.
And resistance.
This.
Okay.
So as you move past this creature, you notice something about it that you didn't notice before, which is that it looks to be very young, perhaps even a baby.
No!
And it also seems to have not yet got most of its teeth. It's got soft gums. So you take 7 points of damage, plus 4. 11.
What type of damage?
11 points of damage plus the 6 you've already taken.
Is it
How
like...
are you doing? It bites you. It bites through your goo. Maybe swallows.
11. I'm on 4 HP.
Okay, you're still alive. Okay, good. I made some very quick decisions about this creature to keep you alive, so I'm glad that worked. Okay, this baby bullet forgets the existence of an adult bullet not far behind, so keep that in mind.
Can we take an action now?
Everybody, if you wish to, may now take action, so we'll roll initiative.
Yeah.
This was going to be, sorry, I intended for this to just be an obstacle. It is now a fight. So
27 initiative.
I need to just write these things out.
I unfortunately have no reference for what a bullet is.
You're super okay. That's so right, to be fair. Like, I'd rather you act how your character would act than you act how you think you should. And you might have learned something about Oran, which is that they will attack. Who knows?
They protect, they attack.
Right, 25 to 20.
27.
20 to 15.
Oh, 2050, 18.
18. 15 to 10. Yeah.
11.
Okay, and Ellie?
6.
Oh,
You're going last after the masks as a group.
just a baby.
Just a baby monster.
Okay, Valis, you're up first. Oran is on the floor, being slightly splattered, but still alive. Yanel, Erwen, and Vasir are behind this bullet. It could go one of two ways, essentially. It could go forwards or it could go backwards, and it's hard to say yet which direction it's going to go. And it's either going to hit Oran or it's going to hit the other three if it moves.
Okay, I'm going to bait it.
Okay, the thing you know about a bullet is that obviously every time it moves, it does damage.
Okay, I'm going to bait it.
Okay, towards Oran or towards the others?
So you said there was another edge, right?
So there's the edge which goes down to the chasm. Okay. So if you can get it to jump into the chasm...
I'm going to try and do that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to cast Dancing Lights into the chasm.
Okay. You cast Dancing Lights.
That's like, I fucking hate magic, and just points his hand out.
You feel the magic kind of curl around your fingers. It's innate magic, so it's not really relying on anything else. You don't feel too weird about it.
Okay.
However, it does cause a light show in the middle of that cavern. Actually, do you know what? Oran, you look over, you see the dancing lights, and immediately like 5 bats start attacking it. Like,
I would say no light.
And the bullet does look distracted.
Oh!
So I'm going to say, make me a performance check.
Me?
Yeah.
I love performing. I'm quite good at performance, actually. 16.
Okay.
Quite good. It's gonna be good.
Thank you. With a 16,
Great form, Valus.
the
Good
bullet
words.
does look sufficiently distracted. So, Erwin, it's your go. What are you going to do?
Well, what should
You
I
are
do?
behind this bullet. You can climb up, you can climb down, or as Oran and Valis have done, you can do something else.
How close am I to it?
About 5 feet.
I think. I think I'll just climb up a bit more.
Okay, that's fine. Right. It is distracted, so it is not going to take a attack on you, where otherwise it would have rolled to see whether it wanted to hit you or not. So you can climb up. You need to make me a dexterity check, please.
Which might 8.
8. Okay, you start scrambling up
The heels.
the heels. That one.
I changed my heels. I'm in boots.
Your booties.
some-
You know what? If you'd been in
Nice.
heels, you would have made it.
Yeah, if you were in heels, you would have had the footfall.
You'd have had the
This is
footfall.
why I want to keep my heels on.
Fair enough. I
Fashion,
think that
also
you
practical.
sort of get like 5 feet up, but you kind of get stuck there. You're still within its reach, even though you're kind of clasped against the wall.
I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yanel sees that Oran is
Pushing.
injured and is going to delay climbing to heal you, Oran. So Oran, you are going to take a healing word, which is going to give you 7 points of healing back.
Does that mean they can't climb?
That is their action. They are going to try and climb, because that can be their movement. But in order to do so, they'll do a dexterity check, which is a 10. So with the shock, the quake, and the distraction, this being a location they're not familiar with, they make it about 5 feet up. They're still within the reach, similar, sort of like alongside Erwin. But they also look like they're looking at you, Valis, and they give you this look like, don't fucking do something stupid.
I was like, get the fuck up the cliff. You can heal from far away.
They did move, to be fair.
Yeah, he's like, try harder. On body strength.
And next in the order, Oran, what are you going to do?
I think I'm going to put most of my effort to climbing up, but I think I will do a bardic for Valis. Distract the creature in order for you to climb up safely.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll try and climb up.
Also, Valis is a hypocrite. He could have cast that spell from up on the cliff too.
Alright.
And probably Yanel knows that.
Hypocrite. I was like, what's that?
What's that? Unless there was another reason why he came all that way. Oran?
Do I have to roll to
Climb higher?
up? Yeah.
Yes, you're going to make a dexterity check, especially if you failed the first time or didn't get high enough.
A check. That is 18.
18, right. You're leaving this creature's area. You attacked it, which means it can attack you if it wants to. So it's going to try.
Yeah.
Attack of opportunity.
That's a crit. It's a fucking crit, isn't it?
I didn't say anything.
I can't see. Can't tell you.
Wait, this is a D12, right? Crit. But on a D12.
It's double damage right there.
She rolled a 1.
2.
So 2 plus 7.
9.
Excuse me, no. 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4. I'm a fool. 2 plus 4.
So that's 6.
6. So Yanel healed you for 1, essentially. Think of it like that. It feels a lot better. It bites your goo,
Baby
and you've
thing.
reduced in size somewhat from being bitten so
It
much.
probably really likes your texture.
You probably taste like a Slurpee
Yeah.
to it.
Oh, I don't want to think about bits of me being removed. Oh, I didn't think about that. I didn't.
Your max gets reduced every long rest it restores.
And it is going to leave. This is bad. It seeing that there's a lot of you, feeling scared and having been attacked, it
Follow
leaps.
the pretty lights.
It leaps towards the pretty lights. Into the chasm. You go. But there is something about its leap. When the bullet leaps as part of its movement, actually no, it can't do this because it's used its action. You're fine. It leaps and you watch it fall into the darkness. And you hear it.
I snuff out the lights.
So it hits the ground. And the rumbling quietens down. It's still there slightly. So it doesn't completely go away. And Yinel just runs to you, Oren, and is going to heal you again, stabilize you, using a healer's kit this time. But they start to take out all of the necessary equipment, and Nizana just grabs them by the scruff and is like, "Nope, keep going. There'll be a mother around here somewhere." And if you want to heal, unfortunately, Oren, you're going to have to wait.
I can do myself.
You can do yourself if you want to.
Can I put an ear to the ground to see if I can hear any other vibrations approaching?
Yep.
With a perception check?
Yes. Or survival would probably be more suitable.
Survival. 16.
16. With a 16, there is something down there. Far away, though. And you just killed its baby.
We didn't kill the baby killed himself. I know that's really hard to come to terms with. Anyway, yeah, he just like, go.
Okay, you guys all move on. And I'm going to wrap up in a second, but just to give you an idea of where we're leaving off. As you rush through, Nizana is kind of cursing, thinking, we should have seen those fucking tracks, but we were looking at the caravan tracks instead. Fucking stupid. Gives you an idea of why they were ignorant of the bullet's existence. And after recovering from this slightly, Oran, after healing yourself, climbing down from the rock side, you pick your way through the Underdark, and Nizana stops you all and turns and lowers her hand as if to say, we go quietly now. Wait here. We will send scouts ahead. I believe we are not far from them.
You mean you sent a scout?
2.
Who's going with me?
Who do you think?
I mean, yeah, yay. I love company.
You liked it yesterday.
He just makes a face. He's like,
Yinel makes a face. What? Oh. And Nizana crawls over and says, Yinel, come here. Come close. And they whisper something into their ear. She whispers something into their ear.
can we not try to provoke each other while we're in a team?
Yinel looks confused. And then Nizana moves on. Valis, come.
Valis looks at like,
Yinel looks at the ground. And
he speaks in massage. She's like, she's obviously spinning shit, and then follows her.
I trust you. And you guys head on out ahead of the rest of the group.
Oh, my food's here.
I guess we can leave it there then if you want to. If you guys are done.
Oh, good.
You approach the camp from a precipice. Too far to attack, but just far enough to get the lay of the land. Hidden away in a pocket of the Underdark. You wait whilst Nizana scouts ahead. With Alice. Oran, having healed yourself from the bullet, lost some of your capacity. Ophelia with an interesting proposition to consider, and Erwen having been vulnerable with someone who you've never been vulnerable with before, but not maybe getting the response that you wanted. And that is where I think we will leave it for today. You're gonna go fight some bitches. How are you feeling?